check-in, and then we're gonna hop into the $22 mini reads and the 2 questions for $10. If you would like to participate, okay, and be put on the list, just let me know. Need some love, career, advice, just general readings. Let's tap in. Let's see what's going on, okay? Y'all, I am open for personal readings and Reiki sessions, okay? Yeah, so see what's going on. All right. Beloved ancestor spirit guys, to the most high God, I call on Archangel Michael for protection. Anybody sending anything physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, please block down them. I call back our energy and send theirs back with full forgiveness in all forms to the universe at this time. Please place a hedge of protection over my spiritual community and all the things and unraveling. Please help them have strength and thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Hello, hello. I'm sorry to hear that, April. All right, y'all. Let's tap in and see what's going on with the energy right now. All right, Leo season. Y'all, I told you Leo season is going to be very, very significant. Okay. Yeah. Child change and opportunities, achieving. Okay. Stay focused on your goals. Don't let somebody knock you off your journey. Okay, is what Spirit's saying. You just keep zero focused on what you got going on here. Yeah, you already got the clarity. Okay. Sun. Everything is already come to light for you. Okay. Expansion, Sagittarius. Messages. Jupiter abundance. Everything is being balanced out here. We got to rip down that old foundation as we're building the new one. Okay, it's going to be very significant. Y'all, it's about to storm real bad out here. It said like 32 minutes. That's a 5. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. It's about to rain some blessings. Yep. The Most High is stepping in. Divine intervention is happening. Okay. Manifestations are happening. Okay. Oh. Yeah, you alchemizing this energy here. Yeah, somebody's not celebrating because they can't put an ending to you. Okay, collective. And this sounds like a them problem and not a you problem, right? Hey, babies, what's going on? Yeah, there's an offer coming. Just have strength. Spirit is saying somebody wants to break you so bad and they can't, okay? Because you just keep getting up and you keep going, okay? Yeah, High Priestess, because you're healing these childhood wounds. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Y'all had to take me a power nap. I woke up way early this morning. I was like, I need to go back to sleep. Yeah. Because somebody made a bad investment. And now they ain't getting no improvements and they're upset and they're under harsh judgment here. Yeah, because somebody always wants to keep trying to break you and they're being broke in, okay? 14 people, 8 likes. Yeah, Empress. Somebody's tied up because whatever that boomerang effect, okay? Very interesting. Yeah, because you walked away. And now this has somebody tied up. And say that you're with a new lover, you're having to protect you and your lover from somebody here as well. And you're not blinded by this Queen of Wands because you already know. Or this is possibly the love that you have for yourself, right? Nine of Pentacles. Somebody's sick about this. Hey, love. Y'all, why do I feel like you got people here that, like, I mean, it makes them sick because you don't let their words, their actions, nothing, they can't get a reaction out of you, okay? Like, you're like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? And somebody's just like that. I mean, this is ripping somebody here to shreds because you're focusing on the changes and your achievements here because you already got the clarity. It's like, cool, whatever. You 5 of Swords this shit and walked off the chariot and got in and rode away. And at that moment, like, these offers is coming because you're focused on your 8 of Pentacles trying to figure out what you can do here. What's going on behind the scenes? For my collective right now, what's going on here? Somebody is playing along. They know what's next. Earth signs playing dumb about a plot or a plan here. Your protection is strong at this time. Okay. Divine Feminine, they have beef all over town. Whoever this person is. Divine Masculine, you have broken many contracts with the Karmic family and friends. You could be a business owner, shop owner, okay, working class. They're trying to blind you from something, but you already know you got the clarity. Yeah, mental illness and trauma. They could be trying to play on this, but it ain't working because another plan got shut down. Yeah. Y'all, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like every time they plot, plan, strategize, something keeps getting shut down, okay? Very interesting. Hey, welcome. That's the truth. Ace of Swords. This Emperor in reverse that keeps trying to make things hard for you. This Queen of Swords in reverse. And you possibly been very, very mature about a situation. You're like, okay, I see clearly. Nine of Cups, they Nine of Swords, their self, the lovers, and it ain't no illusion. And there's the thunder, because they're going through storms. I know, right? That baby, they've been coming back to back, back to back. I'm over here deleting this shit. See, that could be what you're doing is deleting and blocking people and just getting people completely out of your energy. Cause y'all, I told y'all, these people have a lot of attachments. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me ring this bell. I mean, look, we got 28 people in here. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome, baby. Welcome. Yeah, somebody's upset because all these illusions are slapping them in their face, okay? Blu-ray being direct divine expression, bridges between dimensions, okay? You don't woke up to who you are. Right? Real shit. The elders, baby, I can't make this up. Spiritual mentoring, equality, stability, wisdom, experience, counsel. Y'all, when I tell y'all the beloved ancestors got boots on the ground, right now I am watching them work, even in my own life, okay? And I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I didn't know y'all took things so far. Y'all see what I'm saying? It's like, you really like, you took it there. Somebody didn't know you had that star connection. Guidance from the stars, galactic self, unfiltered field. Yeah, so you're connected to the. Remember the other day? I think it might have been last night. I said, pay attention to the sky. Pay attention to the sky, babies. 1555. So all kinds of changes happening. I mean, you may have to just keep going with the changes, going with the flow. Yeah. My owl was out too this morning. Yeah, it's been out there. Mm-hmm. Wisdom, intuition. Something about the eyes to the window to the eyes to the soul is going to be very, very significant. Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. See, because you got something anchored down. You already called karmic justice on something that's not your wish fulfillment. And you're just sitting in peace with this. Because, look, the sun card, everything's coming to light and then God showing up. Freeing yourself. You got the key. Uh-huh. Freeing yourself, collective. Mm-hmm. All these obstacles and delays, this is somebody else's deal, not yours, because you don't got no illusions surrounding you, because you're getting your flowers right now. Being loyal to yourself. Yeah, divine feminine, listen, you even got a higher commitment coming, okay? Yeah. Or you're going into like moving to calmer waters with a higher commitment here. Because like I said, somebody could have been attacking your lover too. Uh-huh. Something about this. Because this is your wish fulfillment. And somebody wants to cause a storm warning. But you burnt this bridge here. Somebody's not getting some kind of paperwork either. And they're upset about this. I heard power of attorney over you. Divine feminine. Somebody wants power of attorney over you. So they can take I heard ownership of everything that you have. Mm-hmm. Just remember, what comes around goes around. That's some real shit. Mm. Y'all know what's so wild? A couple years ago, I didn't connect those dots until I got some information about an individual, and I was like, and it made me think back like how this person handled me, okay, and the things that they said, and like y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I had to sit with myself whenever I got that information because I'm like, yeah, because this person wished the illness onto me, right? And 20 plus years later, this person ended up with that same illness. And back then, y'all, I wasn't on my spiritual journey. I didn't even know nothing about, the past on. I didn't know any of this stuff, right? At this time, I was like 21. Well, now I'm fixing to be 42. So I'm like, this shit's for real. Like, it may take some time, but people need to be careful. And I feel like, y'all, that's what's happening. So say it's been that long for you, like how somebody handled you, right? And you're sitting here and you're like, You find out what's going on, and it's like, wow. Cause y'all, I was just like, cause a lot of people don't believe in karma. They don't believe that things will come back around. You know, like I had never heard the terms that your words are powerful. I never knew that, right? Um, and I was sitting there, and I'm like, and y'all know what? I still called somebody to get this person some help, even though this person was so nasty and mean to me and wished that same illness on to me, right? Yeah. And you could be like sitting in that situation right now, like you could be finding out somebody has some kind of sickness that they wished upon you. And you're over here and you're hoping that they get better and they heal. But that ain't what they wanted for you. They wanted you to have that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And see, back then I didn't understand what any of that stuff meant, right? Because I was uneducated when it come to, the whole spiritual warfare and your words are powerful and your thoughts manifest. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't understand any of this stuff. So yeah. So the more I got to study and the more I got to, really, really reading up on some shit, I'm like, whoa, this is deep. You know what I'm saying? It's like you going down that rabbit hole and you're like, okay, hold on. Mm-hmm. And now I also understand why I did not like fighting and arguing with people, because I would always say like, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to say things that I'll regret later, or say that say things to hurt you, and just walk off, right? And just breathe. Now I understand why I had that kind of composure. Yeah. And it was like, that's why, because spiritually I was watching my tongue, but I didn't understand why. I just didn't want to be mean to somebody and hurt their feelings, right? That kind of thing. But that was my spirit within saying, don't you say that. Don't. Mm-mm. Yeah, real shit. Whatever energy you put out, that's what you're going to attract. So if you're putting out great positive things, you're going to get some great positive things, right? Um, but if you're putting out negativity constantly, that's what's going to come back to you. So it's like, okay, I just, you know, that's like you being the fruitful one, but you sit beside people that has attachments, and then all of a sudden, the whole basket of fruit starts rotting, and that's that type of energy. And that's what we had to realize. Sometimes you was the fruitful one in the basket, and you had people sitting beside you, and it was ruining all your fruit, okay? Because they had something attached to them, or they was attached to something, you know. Okay, tell me why somebody here needs control over divine feminine. What's going on here? So they can keep causing towers in your life, and they can't aid a sword you and keep you tied up. Y'all, I'm gonna pull from a whole nother deck here. I want to know why somebody needs power of attorney over divine feminine. There is something here, divine feminine, I feel like you don't see coming, or something that is actually yours and it's coming in, okay? And somebody needs control over you and a motherfucking bank account, baby, okay? I need you to pay close attention, or this has already happened to you, and now you have got some changes coming in Leo season, okay? And somebody here don't have any control, because you done got clarity. There's expansion, Jupiter abundance here, okay? Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Did you feel like something was lifted off of you when they passed away? You know, I've had people tell me that before. And, you know, later on, they found out that they was a part of some things. And they're like, it was so weird because, like, oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. And see, then they ended, like, their life ended in tragic things, you know? And it's like you're sitting here, you're like, what has been going on? And then, like, years later, you find out, like, after they pass, like, what part they played in something. And the whole time, you're like sitting here, like, wow, how was I so blinded I didn't see that? Yeah, or like you cut somebody off, you know, spiritually, right? Sometimes a cutoff is not personal, it's spiritual. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They want to take it personal. And it's like, no, it ain't personal that I cut you off. It was spiritual. Like, I was headed somewhere else, right? And it's really, yeah, you're right. Love does make you blind to a lot of things. That's why you got to make sure, okay, what is your definition of love? Because sometimes our definition of love is sacrifice. And we're like, whoa, hold on, you sacrificing yourself for love? Like, hold on, wait a minute. Are you putting yourself first? Are you pouring from an empty cup? Or, how is that love even like reciprocating the energy, right? And that's really, really important. Yeah. And sometimes we don't even realize it because we was taught that shit. Like, we was literally taught that shit, like, to sacrifice ourselves. That's like, they always say, put your kids first. How are you gonna listen? You gotta pour into yourself so you can show up to that job, so you can pay them bills, so you can put food on the table. So at some point you gotta pour into yourself. You can't just keep putting everybody before you, right? You gotta love on you. And sometimes you need to take a breather, right? That's okay, like, to take a break and to do what you need to do to take care of yourself and go, get yourself together and then go back to it, right? That's like having a to-do list, but you put like 15 things on there knowing that you only going to be able to do 2 of them. It's okay. Yeah. Tell me about this energy. Somebody needing power of attorney over divine feminine. What's going on with this energy here? You got the Empress here. You got the Emperor in reverse. This could be a father figure, a baby father, okay, that they need to take control over you, Empress. And you're coming up out of somebody's grips. You done freed yourself from a cage. You done freed yourself, and it's like somebody don't know what to do about this. Tell me about this Emperor in reverse. Why? What's going on here? I'm getting that he don't want you to know about the bad investments that he's made, the people that he's paid, the organization that he's connected to, and how far they actually went. Okay. This person can't move to calmer waters, and that's so funny that you say that you're an investor. See, this is the thing, right? Divine Feminine, you got people wanting to come in to invest in you because they see what you bring to the table, right? And they see that you're very fruitful. They see how determined you are, how dedicated you are, and how motivated you are. And like, you set your mind to something, that's what it is. Did you? Okay. And you've been paying it forward ever since, huh? Yeah. There you go. Confirmation. That's a beautiful thing. And that's what a lot of people don't understand that, right? I've met a lot of young people like yourself that literally are millionaires. You want to know why? Because they're smart with their money. They're not going out and buying fast cars and going on extravagant trips. What'd you say? I'm an investor. You're putting that money out there to help other people, and your money's coming back in multiple kind of ways. You see what I'm saying? Being that fruitful. Exactly. But you chose to be that investor and flip that money 5 times. And that makes sense. There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very smart. See, so this Emperor in reverse here is not getting a victory, and you're still getting this offer. See, something could have come in spring, and you didn't say nothing to this Emperor in reverse, and this person is just now finding out, and now it's over with. They can't stop this, Empress. Somebody can't stop what's coming in for you. Now somebody's carrying burdens. Yeah. It ain't, somebody can't cause an illusion, High Priestess. The moon's in reverse. You already know what's hidden behind the moon. Now somebody is sitting in this Five of Cups energy. The Sun card. And then I said something about Leo season. There's something here being found out. Tell me about this energy here. Yeah, Neptune. Hangman. Yeah. Can't nobody cause this illusion anymore. Because that veil was lifted July the 4th. Because y'all know back then what they used to, okay, you know, people used to utilize these Mercury retrogrades for casting illusions, throwing out this, fake offers, doing this, doing that, right? Excuse me. And you don't let people speak fear over you. And you don't walk in, you don't believe in the confusion that somebody's trying to sit on the table. And, you know, it's like, that don't even make sense. But okay. You don't feed into it, right? You don't feed into the confusion. And somebody's watching this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's starting to thunder outside. Hey, babies. Third parties in reverse. This person has third parties walking off, okay? Archangel Michael is protecting you. Temperance here. Expansion. Somebody here could have made you possibly lose maybe 2 opportunities, okay? You said that you see 144. That's definitely divine intervention. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4 is protection. 1 is new beginnings. Intuition, destiny. Yeah. Yeah, intuition, destiny, protection. Tell me about this divine timing. Something coming here for divine feminine. Somebody trying to take power of attorney over her. What's going on with this energy here? Trying to take control. So this timing is unknown and is unknowable yet, okay? But you knew in the next couple of days somebody was going to try to do something, and you changed the trajectory of something here, and now somebody can't do something here. You said I keep seeing the number 5 in my dreams. Yeah, that's changed. And you know what? Yesterday I did a reading about I whenever I was coming home, I was getting 555 change. Uh-huh. Yep. And it was a tower. And it's like you changed something here. Now this person, like, they can't do something now. It's over. Like it's done. I heard you took your power back and you made a decision. even released some information, told this person something, and now they're sitting here like in disbelief. Like, how did you figure this? Okay, because you followed your intuition. I'm gonna tell you something because you knew something. Look, 10 of Cups, baby, coming up out of this 5 of Pentacles. You was very mature. You held something close to you with that King of Cups energy. Divine feminine, divine masculine. I'm telling y'all, you already knew. You knew what you was doing. You knew what you had to change up. There was something here. It's like when you got that clarity, and something about July 4th, when that veil was lifted, there was something somebody doing, and it made it very, very clear. You was like, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. You like, yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You seen 444. Okay, that was letting you know that the angels was there. That's why you lived through that car accident. That was protection. It ain't no warning. That's a protection. That's letting you, your angels and ancestors, they're around you, letting you know. Yeah. So if you had that bad car accident and then you seen 444, that was them letting you know, baby, we was there protecting you. That's what it is. What, 2 weeks ago? Me and my husband, we was in almost 3 bad car accidents, and I literally seen supernatural forces. The first one, it was so crazy. No, it was the second one. The second one that almost happened to us, I literally seen that car being pushed back. Like I don't know how that, like that could only been the angels and God. The way that car just like it did not touch my vehicle at all. Like it was crazy. Oh no, listen now, you ain't tripping. But y'all, I'm telling y'all that I know it's supernatural forces out here because whenever I seen that car, I mean y'all was that close to hitting us and it just like pushed back. I was like, yeah, spirits here. Y'all, I wasn't even afraid. I was not scared. Like I was sitting in the seat like, okay, we're good. Let's move on. That's how much faith that I have in my spirit team. I don't even get scared of things anymore. I'm not in fear. And nobody can put fear in me anymore. And see, that's a game changer as well, Empress. When you're in a fearless energy and you know, like, listen, if some shit goes down, that rejection was for my protection. I ain't tripping about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just go back to the drawing board because fear gonna guide me somewhere else, right? That's how much hope and faith that I have in my spirit team because I have watched them work over a very, very long time. And, I've watched them protect me from people, places, and things that could have been detrimental to my life, right? Yeah. Yeah, me too. It's just like, at the end of the day, man, listen, I know if something that doesn't work out for me, it's because it wasn't meant to. If somebody can take something from you, collective, it wasn't meant for you to have. Okay? Because, see, sometimes whenever they take something from you, that lesson was actually meant for them. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Sometimes when somebody takes something from you, inheritance, person, whatever, that lesson was meant for them. And they don't even see it. I have seen certain situations where something was taken from me and somebody got it. And child, it's literally destroying their life right now. Because they wanted it so bad that they went so far to take it. And it's like, well, how did that work out for you? That's like whenever somebody, they think they took a man or a woman from you. Child, you sitting over here and you like, okay, you didn't take anything from me, but I'm going to let you believe that, right? You like, okay. And now their whole life is being dismantled, destroyed over there because they don't know that person has some kind of attachments. They're attached to an occult, to something over here. Like they got something, it could be a witch or a warlock. And you're like, well, they got some kind of darkness attached to them. And it's like, that's why you don't fight. When something ends, let it end. Stop fighting the endings, right? Because there is something so much better on the other side of things. And we don't even realize it. But we've been taught to always fight for what we want. But has Have you ever fought for something that you wanted and then you finally got it and then you didn't want it? Pay attention now. Mm. You'll be like, oh man, that ain't what. No, 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 no. Hold on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right. Y'all, I'm gonna step away just for. I listen. I woke up with it on my spirit, sis. I did, and it's like we need to go deep. Also, y'all, I was talking about the moon being in Scorpio over the weekend. We're gonna touch on that whenever I come back in just a second, okay? Y'all, this is about that deep like diving deep, and like we're finally releasing some things, and it's got something to do with the Empress, with the mother exposure, and also with Empress, what you went through. This is being exposed, right? And that's what I was talking about in that message that I posted, the second one today. That's very, very important. Thank you, I appreciate that, darling. Guys, if you would like to do a personal reading, a mini read, 2 questions for $10, uh, you can post it to my Cash App or my PayPal. It's down in the description box, okay? Y'all, my husband is not in the office, okay? He's actually in his own office working, so yeah. So if you would like to post that, just go to my description box, click on the bottom of this video, and it'll show you everything. Okay, I'll be right back, y'all. Thank you. Okay. Hey, hey, welcome. All right, Jasmine, what you want to pull on, baby? Or was that just a donation? I still pull some cards for you, though. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for reciprocating the energy. I appreciate it. Cosmic circles. Creating scared space, limited possibilities, circle of light family. That's also meeting up with your soul family. And like through us, we always connect the dots with each other and it starts making more sense. Okay. Um, and you're connecting to the cosmos, right? And what's going on with astrology and numerology. That's also really, really important as well. Okay. Clarify this for me with these unlimited possibilities. So, Jasmine here. You're finding out the truth about mom and dad. And see, I was just fixing a hit on this moon in Scorpio. It's got you digging deep, and there's something here that it's like, okay, now I'm starting to understand where all this is coming from, and you're releasing this. And when you release things, the that's when the truth surfaces, right? Because you surrender it. You're like, with that Ace of Swords. Yeah, because you're finding out about the fights. They made some kind of investments here, and you got and there's a message coming in here. Yeah, the Sun card, especially during Leo season, you're definitely going to be enlightened about some things here. Okay, and you'll be able to take that leap of faith. Mm-hmm. Something about trying to keep you in the Seven of Pentacles energy. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Look, the hermit, as you said, in my safe in my apartment. Yeah, staying in hermit mode is what's keeping you out of the way of things. And that's really what's got people agitated too, because they can't catch you outside. Okay, something about this. Because, baby, it's too hot outside. Physically and metaphorically speaking, right now, it's hot out there. Okay. And you like, oh, no, no, no. They can't look. There's the mama right there. Queen of Cups in reverse. She's upset because you're still in this Eight of Pentacles. You're still able to create, right? And she wanted you to stay in this higher fine in reverse, where you couldn't get no higher commitment, you couldn't get no offers coming toward you, okay, and you couldn't take no adventures with that King of Wands in reverse. She wanted to keep you in this devil energy. Five of Swords, but she didn't know that you was the wounded warrior. Also, too, I'm gonna tell you something. They didn't realize what kind of character they built treating you the way they did. Cause see, and this has something to do with them, right? And they don't understand this. That listen, the way that you treat me is how you feel about yourself. I do feel like she's your mom, but mom had a bad upbringing. And it's like she poured all this childhood trauma onto you. And it's like You can have that back. I don't want that, right? Because she don't love herself. She's a people pleaser. She's possibly greedy, and she puts, everything before what's really, really important, right? And it's like, what's going on here? Something about not having integrity. You getting this King of Swords energy and you're walking away. Because, see, you're seeing something logically because you know you the Empress. There could be a situation here, look, Ten of Swords in reverse, that your own mama is jealous. Because there's something about her childhood here that she needs to address. She needs to really, really be looking at that. What is your moon sign? Because whatever your moon sign is represents your mother's childhood trauma. See, that's the thing, is like when you start getting connected to the cosmos with astrology and numerology, and then you put tarot with it, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm. I picked that up in the air sign reading respect. Somebody is gonna have to put respect on somebody's name. Um, or somebody sees that somebody here is very well respected in a place, community, people, things like that. Yeah. Cause see, you've been over here manifesting the truth. And you've been walking away from this Seven of Swords energy. People can't be sneaky around you. That's another reason. Gemini. Okay. So there's something about communication with her. Okay. And then what's your sign? If mom's a Gemini, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna drop another gem on y'all. Whatever your sign is and your mother's and father's sign is, you was brought into that situation for them to learn something from you. So, like, say you're a Leo, right? They need to learn how to love and use their heart and be kind, because Leos rule the heart, right? And with mom being a Gemini, she could possibly be kind of cold and just, but sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it in her communication. She possibly needs to be careful what she puts out to the universe. Because you always want to be careful with your words. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay, so with you being a Taurus and mom being a Scorpio, see, she's the opposite sign of you. So 9 times out of 10, the opposite sign is your evil twin. So with you being a Taurus and mom being a Scorpio, see, Taurus is they rule the finer things, right, in life. So something about creativity. See, you was brought in her life to teach her how she can create a great life for herself. But with her being that scorpionic energy, what she's doing is staying in a dark place. And you're teaching her that she can create the life that she wants, but there's certain things about herself that she's got to wake up and she got to realize, right? And she got to see through that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that would be October. That would be like I think that's like the last week of Libra, Scorpio. Mm-hmm. See, you was brought in their life to teach them how to create a life that they didn't pretty much need a vacation from. Cause like Lisa now, that's what Tauruses do. They focus on stability and they want to create a life that they don't need a vacation from and have the nicer things in life. But you got to put that creative energy into it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. So you're okay. So if you're an Aquarius and your daughter's a Gemini, you had your daughter, she's teaching you how to communicate. Because see, Aquariuses tend to be very detached and they hold everything in and they hold their emotions in. So you had that Gemini child in order to teach you, how to communicate better. Yeah, well, listen, Mercury retrograde is happening, y'all. It's a lot of things with communication that's kind of wonky. It always happens like that, okay? Hey, hey. No, See, your parents use old school tactics. That's what they use old, because see, they like planting them seeds. They use words, okay? It's like they use words. They want to plant seeds. You know how like you go when you tell them you're like, oh well, listen, I got this great opportunity, blah blah blah. I want to go do this, and they're like, oh, well, that's not going to work out. Why would you do that? Blah 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 blah. That's them planting bad seeds, right? And see, that's where this is stopping. Like you're not letting people plant bad seeds. Um, and that's the thing. See, like that person coming in being rude said you need to stop yapping. They could be telling you to shut up. Well, okay, well, this is the thing. With mom being a Gemini telling you to shut up, she needs to learn how to communicate. They need you to be quiet so they can control the narrative. You see what I'm saying? People trying to shut you up really turns out bad for them because that's a shut up spell, right? You're trying to tell me to shut up all the time, tell me to be quiet, blah blah blah. What at this point now, I'm gonna keep on yapping. Like that person just said, stop yapping. Okay, well listen, get your ass on somewhere. Why'd you even click on here, right? See, because that's the problem. Everybody trying to mind somebody else's business. And then they do all this yapping and then they get it wrong. You see what I'm saying? That's like, for a while, I was working in silent. People didn't know, like my family didn't know what I was doing. And whenever I popped back up, that's the first thing that they would say. Oh, that ain't gonna work. And I'm like, I've been doing it for 2.5 years. What do you mean that ain't gonna work? Then they found out that I was over here on YouTube, and then they found out I had the following I had, and they're like, "Oh my god!" But I was working in silent. I didn't tell the side the rotten fruit what I was doing, right? Because I already knew in the past. It was like, don't tell certain people what you're working on until you opening your business. It's opening day or whatever the case may be, right? And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna wait until I got the keys. I'm gonna wait until I got this ball already rolling because outside energies will always try to plant a bad seed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so whenever they found out that I had already been in the process of building, they're like, no, but they didn't understand. I had already done stepped into my North Node. So when you step into that North Node energy, collective, this is why I teach about the North Node every single day, and I talk about this. Once you step into that energy, being that free spirited, doing what your heart desires, and creating, can't nobody back you down from that. I don't care what's going on around you because you know what's going to have your attention is your creativity. And with you being a Taurus, you know how to create, right, Jasmine? So that's the thing. They're sitting over here. They're supposed to be learning how to communicate, but they don't even know how to do that. So you got to mind your business over here and create the life that you want because you know you can't take them with you. And this is what you're figuring out. And if mom is doing all this stuff and you know she's been jealous, so what's the point of keep on trying to go over there and fix something when she wants to stay broken? Listen, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This ain't the season to be trying to go over here and build a motherfucker and try to do this and do that. If they don't want to be a part of their own recovery, you gotta let their ass go. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If they don't want to do the work, Fine. Don't be mad at them. Wish them well, give them to God, and roll on. You know what I'm saying? Because you're putting this burden on yourself over here talking about, I wish they would just change. I wish they would do this. I wish a lot of people would do a lot of things, but you know what? I wish, and I pray for them, and I give them to God. And I'm like, okay, God, I can't do this. I'm going to give them to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot be carrying burdens when my plate's already full, okay? And that's the thing, is like with this moon being in Scorpio over the weekend, you literally are like unpacking things and saying, okay, what can I go without? What do I not need? What people do I not need to communicate? What do I not need to focus on? Because this load is already fucking heavy. So let me unpack this motherfucker and let me go, right? And this could be within you unpacking things, right? Because I talked to a few clients and that's what they're doing. Like they're literally like unpacking this shit and saying, VG, I'm ready to go. Because a lot of times when y'all encounter me, that's where you are on your journey, right? Because I done unpacked my shit. I done unpacked it a long time ago. And I've already come to understand that everybody's not going to support me. Everybody's not going to love me. Everybody don't want to see me do good. I've accepted all that. Okay. I know my light irritates people's demons, whatever. Like, and it comes with age too, and I have patience. So I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I wasn't put here for you to like me. I wasn't put here to come and appease you, right? It's like I was here to bring the light and to help people in certain circumstances and situations, because there was a reason that being a master 33, I am who I am. I had to go through them type of things to be that master teacher, right? So it's like I've mastered that. So now I can come and be that light to help other people pull whatever chapter out of my story, right, that they can use for themselves and say, okay, so VG, this is how you're doing it. Y'all, I just release and I let go. And I forgive. And because I can't, y'all, I used to be that one person that would hold grudges. You did this to me 1996 on the playground type shit. Child, I had to let that go because I closed my own heart chakra. And it's like, no, like that's not helping me. Like, and now I just sit in the energy of full forgiveness, and I'm going to stay in the moment. And what the outside has to say, I can't focus on that, because what I'm creating needs my full undivided attention, right? And that's really, really important for you, Jasmine. Don't let them plant them seeds and say this and say that. Listen, that's how they feel about themselves. And I've literally had to tell somebody that before. I'm like, listen, quit projecting your mama issues on me, okay? You need to go over and address that with her. Don't just because your mama wasn't a good mama to you, don't mean I'm a bad mother to my children. Stop projecting that shit onto me, because I want my kids to be something in life. And no, I'm not trying to put them in a box. No, I want them to be successful. And whatever that means, I don't give a fuck they want to run off with the circus. Guess what? Is that what their heart desires? Fuck it. Let them go. Stop trying to hold people back. You cannot hold somebody back, right? That's exactly right. Everybody got their own assignment, their own purpose they have to feel. And it is what it is. Like, you are not going to stop it. Like, it's going to happen. But you got to put your foot on the gas. It's all gas, no break this season, collective. Ain't nobody, listen, this is that fuck around and find out season. Right? And that's why I get up every single day and I do what I do, because you know what? If I save one life today, then you know what? I've been successful. And I'm okay with that. Because there was a moment in my life where I didn't think that I mattered. I didn't know my worth. I was very, very, well, I got to do this so they'll like me. I got to do that so they'll like me. No, the fuck I don't. No, I don't. That's why some people can't even come toward me, because they can't even reach where I'm at and where I have mastered. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, some people get so upset because I irritate their demons. Let me tell you something. There was a time where I felt the same damn way. Like, you irritated my damn demon. But whenever I started loving my demons instead of feeding them, child, the game changed. And that's what's happened. This is a game changing season, collective. You going whenever you know that you've done the work because your reward is coming in. That's how y'all. Let me tell you something. Right now, in this season in my life, I know that I've done the work because of the blessings that God has set in front of me and God has set on my table with me and my husband. I know that we've done the work. So when somebody's like, "Oh, that's wrong," that's no, it's not. I know for a fact that I have done the work, I have done the healing, I have put that time in, my husband's put that time in, and now guess what? God is providing and setting things on our table that's living proof that you know what, you can get through anything, right? Because y'all know me and my husband, we both from the streets, and we turned away from the streets and turned to our creativity. You know what I'm saying? Being in active addiction, shut that down. Being in active abusive relationships with family or lovers, shut that down. You know what I'm saying? You can get through whatever obstacles and delays has been thrown at you, but you got to understand, you got to let go of that comfort zone. Got to let it go. Okay? And unchain yourself. You got to unchain yourself from an old belief system or whatever it is that you feel like, that's holding you back. And it could just be something with a mother. Okay? I want you to pay attention. It could be something with a mother's childhood wounds that is holding you back, and you finally dug in there and got it. Okay? Confirmation. And I love seeing my people, my soul family, come up out of tumultuous situations. Y'all, I can't tell you how many success stories that has come through my email or my messages and said, "Hey, VG, this happened, that happening. I done this, I done that." You know what I'm saying? And they come up out of a really, really bad situation and became very successful in their life and found peace and saved themselves. Y'all, that warms my heart, and that's what I want for everybody. I want everybody to be happy, and you need and create a life that you don't need a vacation from. You ain't over here financially stressed out. You ain't over here, you don't know what you're gonna do here. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Okay. And you could be right now, Scorpio also rules money. You could be looking and saying, "Where do I need to cut the fat meat, VG? What do I need to stop doing? What is it that I'm spending too much money on? How can I downsize? What do I need to do here?" And look at your finances. Okay. And it's like, where do I need to cut back? Because this is not working for me. Are you throwing your money in a black hole, or you invest in something? Is that investment? Is it even an investment? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? And it's like, when you start looking at these things, you start getting real about shit. And it's like, oh, okay. Right? Then that's what you got to do, collective. Sometimes cutting the fat meat off, y'all know what that means. People, places, things. Closing the doors, walking off, ending contracts. Is that contract serving you? Is it a good investment? Or are you just keep dumping into this black hole? You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, no, I'm not going to keep doing that. That's not helping. How can I get my shit together? Right? And this could be with your finances. It's like, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to keep, that's like buying all these subscriptions, right? This one's 15, this one's 20. That 15 or that $20 adds up. So then you got 10 or 15 subscriptions coming out, and you're like, what the hold on. You see what I'm saying? Just to break it down for you, right? Sometimes you need a spiritual advisor. Sometimes you need a financial advisor. Sometimes you need a damn nutritionist to tell you how you can break down the fat cells, right? Fat meat's greasy, okay? We trying to cut the grease out here because it's slippery. right? You're over here, you're overspending, you're overeating, you're doing this, you're overindulging in something. What do you need to cut back on? What has to be looked at here, right? See, that's the thing is like when you give an opportunity to somebody come from the struggle, you're gonna watch that individual because where they lived on noodles, okay? They know how to live on noodles with $1 million in their bank account. Because they know what it's like to be broke, busted, and disgusted on their ass with people kicking them in their face saying, and you want to know what? Them type of people is very dangerous because they took a mental note of why you was kicking them in their face when they was in the mud. They move different. They ain't out here showboating and doing all of this and doing all of that. Because they knew what it was like to be without. So when you try to put somebody in a struggle that come from the struggle, child, listen, it's a battle you're gonna lose. Because they gonna sit over here, you may not even know. They done made 15 investments. Them 15 investments is coming back and tripling for them. And the whole time you watching them walk around in Walmart shoes. Fucking that they don't even you wouldn't even know this person sitting on that kind of money because they invest. What was I telling that young person that come in here? Pay attention now. And that's the thing is like, but you got these people out here in the matrix. They are so caught up with the material things and they worship these things. Hey, can I say this? You can't put that in your casket with you. So all this stuff you're worshiping, how about you pay attention to people that's around you, right? Because that's the only thing that's gonna be around you is them people, not them things. And people worship these things and they don't understand. You can't take it with you when you go. So they're like greedy. They're like, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. And you're over here and you're giving, you're investing, you're paying it forward. You're loving on your soul family. You're like, man, listen, it's cool. Take it. Like I'm fine. Cause we know what it's like to be down with mud on our face, looking at them saying, can you please help me? Collective, that's the best feeling in the world is to go grab somebody's hand that has been through a muddy ass fucking storm and say, get up. Come on. Let me take you over here. And sometimes that's all you need is some good sound advice. I remember my nephew, and y'all, I want to give him a shout out because he was just he made the money, right? But he was like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I said, you're living out your means, son. Okay. So I helped him break down his finances, gave him 6-7 months later, honey, my 26-year-old nephew bought a house. And I said, oh, okay. He said, man, Auntie Sherry, he was like, that's exactly what I needed. I was like, listen, sometimes just because we make it don't mean we need to spend it. I said, and off the muscle, you need to be making sure your bills is coming out of one account. I don't care if you're making $5,000 a week. I was like, you need to, invest over here and make sure that your shit is together, right? Yeah, you're right. So you probably need to go get yourself clean. Don't be, son, listen, you do this over here, all this is taken care of, and then you got this here, right? Hey, Auntie Kim. And he called me back and he said, you ain't gonna believe it. He said, I found me a house. Y'all, he bought a house. Y'all ready for this? $35,000. He found a old colonial home for $35,000. The people was selling it. And I was like, son, I'm proud of you. He said, I couldn't have done it without you. He said, because I didn't realize consciously what I was doing. He was like, I was making all this money. He was like, and I just kept spending and spending and spending. And then every time he turned around, there was something wrong with the property he was in because he was meant to go buy a property for him and his children and his wife. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, baby, you're young. I said, you can retire at the age of 40. I said, if you go with this here and you put your finances where they need to be, right? That's exactly, yeah. Because you never know, man. Like, things can happen in a millisecond in your life, and that rug can get ripped out from underneath you. And what investments have you made to where you can turn to those? I had another client, catastrophic event happened in her life. Literally all the work that she's put in, she got to tap into a whole nother resource. And literally it was like her walking on the red carpet. You know what I'm saying? Hey babies. Welcome, love, welcome. But literally, like it was like her safety net. You know what I'm saying? But it's because she kept investing over here and just going to work and doing what she needed to do. And then it was like this catastrophic event happened, and they just really thought that they had her, tied into some things. But y'all, they didn't even know. She got a raise at work. Okay, they tried to make her lose her job, do all kind of shit. She got a raise at work, and she got some time off to take for herself. Look how spirit works. Okay, and then turn around and she had a safety net. Because you want to know why? Because the whole time while they was attacking her, she was investing in herself, and she was putting things in place over here that people didn't know nothing about. And then now they're sitting there looking, and they're like, oh, wow, what just happened? Because when you work in silence, people don't know what to attack. And that was the thing. She just stayed focused. She knew something was wrong. She knew some shit was off. But guess what? She just kept staying focused. Just because I know some shit's going on, don't mean that you are about to knock me off my square. Okay? Because, baby, I'm always going to sit on my throne. Because, see, that's what they always try to do to me, growing up and as a young woman and a young mother. I had a baby at 17, so they thought they could just keep on playing with my head and doing this and doing that, but I kept getting back up. I become a homeowner at the age of 18. Okay, I bought a trailer that might not been much of nothing to somebody else, but it was fucking mine. Okay, and me and my little baby, my little baby son, we had a home, and I remember they used to laugh at me, but all my friends was living at home with their parents or over here they didn't, or they was jumping couch to couch, and I was a homeowner at the age of 18, right? And now I look back at that, and I guess that's a part of my dad, because my dad's a Virgo. He's very organized. Investments, that's where he was always like, you know what I'm saying? But then I had to understand the company that I was keeping, because I ended up losing that because of the company I was keeping, because I was gullible gums. I'd let anybody come stay and help them and try to be there for them, not realizing that they was actually there to be a distraction, right? So it's like that investment I made, I fucked it off myself because of the people I was dealing with. Because today, at 42, where could I be sitting collective if I was still living in that same home? Right? I could have done traded that motherfucker out and then got a whole new property and done all kind of shit. But my mind wasn't there. I was still young. I didn't understand that, yes, I was building something, but it was the people that I was around that didn't have no good intentions for me, right? See, because when people don't have anything, they literally want to make you lose what you done built. You got to be careful with that. See, because you want somebody to come add Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to take that call. Yeah, it's man, Auntie Kim, I'm telling you, like, yeah. And it's like, y'all was so young, I didn't even understand. Like, I was investing in something for me and my son's future at the time. Okay, y'all, my son's 23 now. That was 23 years ago. And it was like my mind was here, but then I was over here people pleasing and always trying to be around in the in crowd and everything else. And then I also feel some type of way because now I got a baby and all my friends don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn about people, places, and things I was dealing with, right? Because the more that you evolve, the more these type of people, places, and things will slowly move away from you. And that's why you can't hold on to it. You can't take it personal. What did I say? Sometimes a cutoff is not personal, it's spiritual. Because, okay, you're not judging them, but you just don't want to be attached to that over there. And that's okay, collective. Show yourself grace. You know what I'm saying? It's okay that you don't want to go hang out over here or do this over here or do this over here. It's fine. Let them be upset. But if it's not aligning with you and how you feel, real shit. Jasmine, I had to unmute it. Yeah. Go out and come back in. That probably could be what it is too. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. So, okay. That could be very look. Wow. You could be in a Saturn return right now, right? And you could be looking and saying, all right, am I in a contract with a home? Uh, is this helping me? Is this or am I throwing my money away? See what I'm saying? And it's like, hmm. Or am I somewhere where I can stack and save money so I can go and invest in that home or that property that I want? So, like I said, over the weekend you could have been really digging and diving into your financial situation and saying, "Okay, this is what I'm going to do here. This right here is not no illusion. This is exactly what this is here." Right? You see what I'm saying? And just making those changes. And now, like I said, you already have the clarity. So it's like you're gonna be fine. But y'all, you've had a lot of people who has benefited off the fact that you was blind to certain things. Okay. And I've even had to figure this out over the last about 2 weeks now. Um, y'all know how I said sometimes people are kind, but they're benefiting from you and you don't even realize it because they're sitting there and they're watching you struggle, but they know that you're dedicated and you're motivated and they know your word is your bond. So that's still a form of manipulation. And they're like, oh, yes, it's fine, that. But the whole time they know that you're going to make it right because that's who you are. And they're like, I got to keep this person in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because you're beneficial. Pay attention now. Now, a lot of people ain't going to pick up on what I just said, what I just put down. But I'm just telling you, the ones that know, you know. And it's like, oh, yeah, you had me there for a minute. Mm. Yeah, you had me there for a minute now. Hold on. Have you ever, you know what they say whenever you work for somebody else, you're making their money for them? This could be with a job too. You're sitting here and you're like, man, I done been here 30 something fucking years and I done helped you make all this money. And now I'm coming to you and I'm saying, can I get some of my retirement? And you talking about that I'm gonna have to wait 6 months and I'm gonna have to do this but you don't have to wait on my services to come over there and make your money though, do you? Pay attention now, class in session. How many of y'all stepping in entrepreneurship? Okay. Yeah. And see, that's the thing. People will judge you for working in certain jobs as well. And guess what? That was just a side hustle for you because you was moving in silence. You was over here working on your entrepreneurship. But at the same time, you still had to go over here and work as that dishwasher, right? Because that dishwashing job was getting you where you need to be. Cool. That pays the rent. That puts food on the table. Okay. But you're still working on this over here. So whenever you come over here, that investment is going to keep returning because that's what you were supposed to do anyways. See, that's what you want to do, Jasmine. Because see, what you're doing is you got to make sure you got income coming in, right? That's just common sense. But see, what we want to do is in the spare time, that's when you want to start working on your business over here. So eventually, you can go part time at this job, and then slowly move in to your business over here, and then eventually go full time. But you always got to make sure you got that safety net, right? Because this job here is your safety net. You know this. That's money coming in every week, whatever, doing what you need to do. But then you can slowly pull away. Okay. And then opening day, you're good, right? Business is rolling. There it is. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is where discipline, obedience come in. You got to be disciplined. You can't be out here wanting to be on everybody's scene, being at everybody's cookout, everybody's event, different things like this, because that takes time. Your time is going to be over here, and you're going to have to pull your energy back from certain people, places, or things, because that energy got to come over here, right? So what you're putting your energy into is what's going to be building, right? So is it something positive or negative? And that's what a lot of people's finding out. They put all their energy into negative shit. Now they sitting here and they're getting all this negative stuff back, and they're trying to figure out why the collective's table, God is setting our table different. Well, let me tell you why. Because we focused on this over here that was more high vibrational and working on us, right? See, that isolation, very, very important. When people try to isolate you, they think they hurt you, but they actually elevated you and helped you evolve faster. That's right. So what was meant to be bad actually turned out good. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So that's what you was doing. But the whole time they didn't know that you was over here doing this over here. You see what I'm saying? And now year nine coming in like a wrecking ball, slapping motherfuckers right through the face, and they like, whoa, hold on, whoa. And they're like, now take that table and put that table over here. You were oh, child, let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all have got people to try to take your table, okay, and spirit is taking theirs and giving it to you. Y'all remember how I said some people trying to come in stealing spiritual gifts as well, stealing your business and trying to shut your business down? Well, that's going to be yours. Whatever they have been trying to do, spirit is about to hand it over to you. So just FYI, if you feel like you stepped into a new spiritual gift, that's your enemy's gifts. Tell them thank you. Confirmation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I had been saying that. I was like, why do I feel like somebody been doing work trying to transfer your gifts over to them, but now they're in a sunken bad place and they don't know what to do. Okay? Something's gonna be very significant about this. Somebody could use a lot of filters, a lot of makeup, and they get all dressed up and they do this and do that. Okay, collective, listen, and we just come out like our authentic self. Okay, honey, listen, I ain't no telling y'all might catch me on here with a damn towel. I'm just here to give you the message. Okay, this ain't no damn beauty queen. Fucking. I'm talking about this. And competition, right? I'm here to give the message. So if I got a ripped up shirt on, some ripped up jeans, and my damn hair and a hat, okay, cool, whatever. I'm here to give the message. But this could be somebody, they got to do all this stuff to themselves to like cover up certain things and insecurities that they need to be fixing within them. Okay. So they think, doing this and doing that and dressing up and blah, blah, blah. It's one thing to dress up for yourself and make yourself feel good, but it's another, because y'all, let me tell you something. There was a time where I used to, I wouldn't leave the house without makeup because of my scars on my face. I um I was very insecure of people seeing what was up under there. Okay. Now you barely catching me in the mirror putting makeup on my face because I'm very secure with my face. I don't worry about, my scars. Listen, it is what it is, right? And just FYI, the motherfuckers that want to come and watch, they got to look at the scars they put on my face. Okay. So you want to come over here and look, you see what you did to my face? Yeah, just keep watching. Okay. Anyways, do you see what I'm saying? I'm very comfortable with it. So it's like, hmm. Because see, scars don't lie. See, they lie. But the scars on my face, my scars on my face tell the truth. It tells a story. Uh-huh. But you see what I'm saying? It's like, but sis, they take it to the extreme though. Like, bitch, I don't got time to be doing all that. Especially with the schedule that we have. It's like, okay, let me get on here and give this damn message. Okay, hold on, y'all. I know I look like shit right now. I was out in the pool. I gotta go grocery shopping. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Right? My husband's schedule's so crazy, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. And it's like we're just living, right? Being our authentic self. It's easy. It's like, but we got people out here that literally, just like I was back then, I was so afraid to show the world the scars on my face because this person tried to beat my beauty off. I remember whenever he would beat me, he would always talk about his father wounds and how he didn't have his dad and didn't have this and blah 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 while he was beating me. And I noticed he would always go for my face, and it was real. Like, I didn't understand what that was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand his form of abuse until I got a lot older and I started understanding, because he was beaten by his mama. He was beaten by foster parents. His dad, he lost his father when he was younger. So yeah, I being the empath, I could feel his pain, and I'm not excusing his behavior. I'm just saying I understood it. And it's a real sad situation. But when you got somebody who does things like that, because after he would beat me and both my eyes was black and my mouth was busted and different things like this, he'd come in with flowers and be like, I don't remember what I did. But y'all, he done so many drugs and alcohol, he was suppressing what happened to him, and that monster would come out of him. And it's sick. It really is. They need help, and they don't understand how much help they need. But around everybody else, he was the victim, and he would isolate me in the house until my face would heal up, or just different things like that, because he didn't need everybody to see what he done to me, right? Well, I have a wound that's on my body that will never heal, right? And I have a limp when I walk because there was a beating that I took with a steel toe boot, and he just kept kicking and kicking and kicking and kicking my right hip. So I have an automatic limp that is never going to go away, and it is what it is. Then I have certain scars on my face that ain't never going to go away. So it's like he left an impression on me of like, yeah, I did that to you. Yeah, he wanted to disable me, but he didn't know that I could sit in this chair and do what I do every single day. Ah, okay. That's so crazy. I have my own epiphany at that moment. Because it's real shit. You got people that try to physically disable you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And I had this person trying to physically disable me. So, and that was the thing is like, this person would always tell me, "Oh, you ain't shit. You just a ghetto ass bitch. You ain't never gonna be nothing." And blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Really? That's how you feel about me? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Whatever." But really, that's how he felt about himself. Because no matter where I come from, because I remember his own mammy, guess what she said? Well, you don't want to mess with them type of people from the other side of the tracks. The fuck is that supposed to mean? But you go over and buy crack from the other side of the tracks, but you hide that? Oh, okay. Let's make it make sense then, right? You want to talk about the other people from the other side of the tracks, but that's where you go and get dope from. Oh, you only deal with them in secret because you don't want everybody to know that you over there buying crack over here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, and then whenever they found out that I was pregnant, oh wow. Like she's over here and she's like, oh my God, what you gonna do? Right. Because y'all, these people sit so high and they got their nose so far up in the air and their head so far up their ass that guess what? Okay, I might have come from the other side of the tracks, but that don't make you no better than me. And now God is setting my table, and now the same people that was over there judging me is looking and watching how I elevated, how I changed my life, and now they're over here and they're like, oh, hold on, what just happened here? Yeah, bitch, I come from the other side of the tracks. That's what gave me character. That's what built who I am today. Don't be sitting there judging me because you come from this wealthy family and you went to college and you have this and you have that. Like, don't sit there and judge me. Just because I didn't have access to all that don't mean nothing, right? Because truth be told, I didn't ever want for anything, right? My daddy always made sure we had food on the table. But I also seen my dad be a people pleaser and the business that he built, I watched it be dismantled. It was like 40 something years of his business that he built. I watched it be dismantled in 6 months by his own family, literally. And I'm sitting here, so it's like watching him go through that is taught me things, right? You got to be careful who comes around and who's doing things and who you trying to help. Because my daddy literally would go pick up a wino from the store and put him in the truck and say, "Hey, I need some work done today. I'm gonna pay you." You know what I'm saying? And he'd take him on the route and make sure that man got some food and make sure that he got put into a hotel room, whatever he needed. But the whole time, his family sitting over here. Soon as he went into the hospital, family member said, "Oh, he's just faking. He's just faking." 6 months later, y'all, that family member literally came up with crippling arthritis in his hands because he was speaking over my dad like that. Because my dad was taking care of the whole family with the business. And while my dad was in the hospital, sick with heart surgery, okay, family member out selling stuff, doing this, my literally sold the whole business, done everything. While my dad's laying in the hospital. And right after all of that, got a call and said, "My hands ain't working. I don't know what's wrong with them." Y'all, his hands drew up just like this. True story. Crippling arthritis in his fingers. He could not even turn a socket in a motor. And he was a mechanic. That was his job. That's why I say, y'all got, man, folks better be careful how they speaking on folks because, man, you never ever know. Like I was talking earlier about that person wishing that sickness on me. Y'all, that shit didn't happen for 20 plus years later. Literally, I'm sitting here like, hold on, wait a minute. What? Same sickness, same person, but it hit them. Yeah. I'm looking around and y'all, these are just certain situations that happen in life and I'm watching and I'm like, whoo, child, listen, what comes around goes around, right? And like me and sis was talking about the other night, sometimes when we're raised in different like occults, taught things, okay, that's a belief system that we was raised in, so we didn't even know we was doing anything wrong. Y'all remember how I said that? Listen to it, thunder. We didn't even realize that they was teaching us things that was not no good for us, right? We thought it was right. Shit, mom and dad over here, we think that this shit's right. Whole time, mm-mm. We're walking, we're building up more karmic debt, and we didn't even know it. And we're walking in the darkness, we didn't even know it. And it's like, hold on. My epiphany for me was in 2017, going in 2018. Yeah, that was my epiphany about my raising and what I was taught. And I was like, okay, so what do I do now? Who's gonna be here for me? Nobody. At that moment, everybody turned on me, and I was like, huh. We all sit at the same table, honey. They act like they didn't even know me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a very, very savage raising. Let me just tell you, it's very dark. It's very like, and when you tell the story, you sound like a fucking nut talking about certain things that went on. But of course, they're painting you like you're crazy and you're just a drug addict and you're just this. No, bitch, I know what the fuck I know. Like, I know what I've seen. You can say what you want to. And now these patterns are being repeated with other people. And it's like, we're stopping this generational curse with our own kids. Mm-hmm. That's right. And it's just, it's so wow because it's like, man, whew. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it was like y'all that moment that I got put back in that police car. Okay. My whole life changed. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, even when you find out that you was sleeping with the enemy the whole time as well. Hold on, y'all, it gets deeper. I'm like, what? Watch this person right in front of my eyes turn on me. Whole life. Just, can I tell y'all something? What's so crazy is when I met that person had one pair of shoes and a backpack and nowhere to live. And it just started a job. And I was like, well, I'll give you a ride. You know what I'm saying? So you can come back and forth to work, whatever. Tried to help this person. End up getting a relationship with this person. Honey, when this person got certain so far, I didn't exist. It was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me just move on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Auntie Kim, that's a whole illusion too. That illusion's about to be shattered as well. Yeah. It's just and y'all it now that's why like when y'all come and tell me your stories, I'm not shocked at all because there's layers of my onion that I ain't even peeled back and even talked about, right? And I'm like, shit, listen, I've walked through that darkness and it's like, hey, but I had to go through the darkness in order to understand it, right? And that's what I was telling sis the other night. We had to walk through that darkness to understand it. And now it's a part of our story. It's a part of who we are. We can't take away the fact that we was born in occult families. We can't take that. We can't take away the fact of what was done in the past. We can't take any of that away. What you need to do is take away the lesson. Because they was our teachers, right? And that's just what it is. Like, this is what this taught me. And I show myself grace because I used to be a fucking professional crash out. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm not crashing out for any fucking body, anybody else, right? I'm not doing that. Listen, let me tell you something. You see, you being a Leo, you got that big old heart. And sometimes Leos are very, very loyal to a fault. Okay. And we find ourselves sometimes in a situation where we'll self sacrifice because we know, okay, our strength is very, very powerful. Okay. And we just want to see the good in everybody. But let me tell you something. You already got the clarity, sis. Stop self-sacrificing. They already showed you who they was. They already showed you. And I feel like right now it's like guilt. Somebody's projecting guilt. They want you to feel bad. They want you to be upset. They want you. Fuck that. No, we're not doing that anymore. No. What feels good to you? Make the decisions that feel good to you. You can't keep on holding yourself back. You can't keep setting yourself on fire to keep somebody warm. Thank you, Spirit. No. I'm not setting myself on fire no more to keep listen to the thunder. It's like you're feeling guilty because you're doing something that makes you happy. Man, fuck that. I'm not feeling guilty of shit. Hey, listen, I called my son the other day and I said this on a video earlier. And I was talking to him and I was telling him things. And he's like, I knew this was coming. My son's an 8/8 portal baby. He's very spiritual. He knows. Listen now, mama be doing things and, he knows I do them for a reason. But he also knows I'm in a season in my life where I'm not fucking asking permission for shit. I'm finna be 42. What the fuck I look like asking permission from this person or this person and this person whenever I was down in the mud and they was kicking me in my face? The fuck I look like asking permission from them? I don't need their validation. I don't even need them to support me. As a matter of fact, you keep whatever you trying to give me over there because I don't even want that attachment with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Auntie Kim, I'm telling you, our sons know. They know. Okay. That's what I was getting at. With the moon being in Scorpio over the weekend, we are empresses, mothers. It's about mothers. If you're a mother, you are feeling this shit. You are unapologetically coming up out of whatever is trying to hold you back. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing this. Just like that phone call right there I just got. I was like, listen, I'm busy. It was just no nonsense. Like, it's like no nonsense. Like, listen, okay, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, it does. I don't know. It's just like it's a finesse over here because it done this yesterday. Like I had to go drop my husband off, and on the way back, I heard 555 tower. Get your ass home. Okay, I'm getting home. As soon as I get here, it's thunder and it's doing this. And then all of a sudden the sun pops out and nothing happens. And then look, today, here it is. Hey, I'm trying to tell y'all, listen now. It's been so many beautiful changes. I'm so excited. I'm so happy with it, man. It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I'm telling you. And sometimes it's like Empress, sometimes it's a metaphysical storm. It's not physical. Okay. And it's people don't understand that though. Because like I can feel it in my body whenever there's a storm coming, but it's not physical, it's metaphysical. It's like, okay. And over the weekend, it's like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I turned myself inside out and I was like, fuck it. Let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? It's going into the weekend, actually. It was on the 3rd. It was like, this is what we're going to do. We put this shit in concrete. This is it. Because something come over me and it was like, and then Neptune went into Aries on Friday. And I felt so good. I was like, man, I'm glad I made that decision. Yeah. And it's like, I'm glad I made that decision, because now I'm seeing things. I wasn't seeing blurred. My vision's not blurred. I was fucking seeing that shit correctly. And see, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. Once you evolve to a point of no return, okay, you get your magical glasses, you can't see it. Once you put them on, you can't stop seeing it, right? I think that's the one thing that you gotta control is your aggravation of people trying to make you dumb you down and make you feel stupid. Cause I cuss a bitch clean out. I be like, listen, I said what the fuck I said. I knew that I felt that. You ain't finna try to make me feel crazy. You ain't. I listen. Your energy introduced you before you open your fucking mouth. I knew you was gonna do that shit, right? And collective, I feel like divine feminine. I'm talking to y'all's asses. You're gonna have to just relax, cause you're getting sick of people always doing you like this. Stop questioning my fucking intuition. When I tell you something, best believe I'm gonna stand on that. Like, man, listen, and I feel like now there is people that is seeing like you've been right about a whole lot of shit, and then you got receipts on top of that. Listen, if I got books of receipts, why are you over here questioning me? And then why you meddling in my business whenever you don't even have the blueprint of my business, bitch? What you look like doing all of this shit, right? That's where you at, divine feminine. Like, it's some real shit. Yeah. That's why I be trying to keep my cool, cause sometimes I get on here and then all of a sudden the weather will start acting all crazy and shit, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I gotta calm down, cause here comes the storm. But y'all, it gets irritating though. Yeah, that's right. And baby, we're blessed to have you. Cause let me tell you something. It's so crazy because I'm gonna be honest with you, Auntie Kim. I never ever thought that I would have to remove somebody else from my table like that. And it hurts. But also, I just put some Neosporin on that shit, and I didn't even put a band-aid on it, and I just kept it moving because, listen, at some point you got me fucked up, because I'm not finna keep on fucking around and playing around. If you gonna sit at the table, sit there, but don't be doing shit right in front of my face and then and thinking I don't see it, and then trying to make me feel like I didn't see what I seen. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. And see, that's why, like, whenever if you're in a relationship, that's how you feel about your person. And that's what pisses me off about, people that try to be trying to do my husband like that. And I'll speak on it now, okay? I don't know who the fuck is watching, but his family ain't shit. They ain't shit. Ever since that man has stepped his foot back here, ain't none of them tried to lift a fucking finger to do anything except hold him back. And I've noticed it. And it's like, and then fix their mouth to say some dumb shit all the time. All the time. And it's like, I see him being treated the same way I've been treated. And it's like, it's apparent. I see that shit. And, I just don't, I'm like, whatever. You know what? We're going to give him to God, and I hope God works it out. But that right there, no. And I remember the first time that I come off the porch about him, and he just looked and he was like, okay. I was like, why would she even say some dumb shit like that? Don't come around me trying to dumb anybody I love down, because I'm coming off the porch about you. Don't be trying to dumb my people down like they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and trying to plant that seed like they don't know where they're going in their life, and trying to tell them like, oh, well, no, there's no way that's going to work out. Yes, it is. You want to know why? Because you're going to cut that motherfucker off right there, and you about to go achieve your goals. That's what you about to do. And can I tell y'all something? It happened. And I'll sit here with a smile and say, I helped. I sure did push his ass and motivate him from the raggedy ass seeds that these people planted. That's right. I uprooted the seeds. I sure did. Because I started planting new ones and telling him things like he was good enough and he could do it. And he has my support and my soul family support. And we love him and he's going to be able to do this. And we kept pushing and having him to believe in himself. All the bad things that they tried to plant in him, we replanted good things. And that's why he's sitting where he's sitting today. Because I believed in him. Because you know what? I needed somebody like that in my life, but I was that person, right? So that's why today I am who I am. I'm gonna plant that seed. I'm gonna help you get there. I don't care. Okay, you failed the first time. And get back up. Get back up. Shit, I took the driver's test damn twice. Okay. The first time I missed about one question, I got back up and I went and I passed that motherfucker. That's the thing. And it's like we need to understand, why do we sit and try to hurt each other whenever we need to be fucking loving each other and building each other up? Maybe that's why I come into your life, so I can help you unpack all that, them raggedy ass seeds that was, planted in you, to plant new ones. You can do it. That's right. And 6 is a victory. Cause I can't tell you one successful person that ain't never failed. Go talk to a billionaire. Guess what they gonna tell you? A millionaire. They're gonna tell you the same thing. A successful business owner. And it's like, okay, yeah, I failed. I failed a couple times. There was this thing. It was about a celebrity. They was like, this person didn't become who they are. They was this person first, and then they had to fail. Then they had to fail again. Then they had to fail again, and now they're this person. Because you have to find your judge, right? What is bringing you, and what is making you, like, what's shaking the core of you? Because that's like you going to a 9 to 5, but you really don't want to do it. And it's like something keeps happening. That's like whenever my channel got shut down. That was a blessing in disguise, child. That was God jerking me off of a whole karmic timeline. And everybody was like, VG, what are you going to do? Shit, I'm going to get up tomorrow and go to the other one. What are you talking about? Come on over here and follow me over here. Like, fuck it. Like, it's just a channel. It's gone. It is what it is, right? I'm not finna just, I can't stop doing what I'm doing because somebody wanted to be mad and snatch that away. Because guess what? That wasn't meant for me. That was where my start, that's where I began, right? And now this is where I'm at. And I'm very happy with it. And I lost a lot of, y'all remember what I said about cutting the fat meat? Honey, child, listen now. Cutting the fat meat was an understatement with that motherfucker over there, because you want to talk about Karmic City, okay? Karmic City was rolling through that bitch, okay? We was in the streets every day over there, right? Well, now we on a higher timeline now. Exactly. And that's the thing, is it's like, it was a teacher. Y'all, was in a bad place in my life over there whenever I started that channel. I was in a bad place. I was just coming up out of a really bad, tumultuous, a lot of things. Domestic violence situation, recovery, like, being triggered to go back to having a drink, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of things. Finding out about my childhood. That channel helped me heal, and it also helped me get a better understanding about where I wanted to go on my own journey leading toward the future, right? And I'm very grateful. That's why, like, I'm not mad at nobody. Shit, thank you for everything that you did to me, because you taught me everything that I don't want in my future. I had to walk through that darkness. That's why I be laughing at people. They're like, "Oh, you're just an ex drug addict." Hell yeah, bitch! I used to get higher than a giraffe's ass. I drink your mama and your daddy under the table. I don't give a fuck. Okay, yeah, that's who I used to be. Do you have anything else? Because I already exposed myself. Okay. Do you have anything else that you want to say? Oh, okay. Go sit the fuck down, because what you can't take away is, no matter how high I got, no matter how drunk I stayed, my motherfucking kids always was taken care of. While motherfuckers was out here talking about this and talking about that, mama was always the go-to. Mama was always cleaning shit up. Okay? My kids didn't come with no instructions. And that's another thing that gets me too, is you got these the closet users that get all over, and they're all over social media, and they're like, oh, we're so perfect, and we got this and we got that, but the whole time they're over here and they got a secret addiction, and you would be so fucking shocked when you find out what it is. And them kids are living in hell because of that secret addiction. But on the outside of that house, everything looks like it's put together. Hmm. How many of us lived in a house like that? Where on the outside it was just so beautiful and so perfect. Like, my house was a showroom floor. Listen, baby. But there wasn't no love in that motherfucker. Wasn't no love to be seen at all. Honey, you could eat off the fucking floors, okay? The carpet, everything was clean. It looked like you walked in Ashley Furniture in my house growing up. But wasn't the love, what the energy was so cold in that house. Because that house was based off of money. That's what it was based off of survival. So nobody was ever there. I was always there by myself because my parents was always working. My dad ran 2 or 3 businesses. My mom, she was a server and a gambler. So, and a partier. That's what they did. So it was like, hey, I exist over here. No, you don't. Sit your ass down. There's some money. Go on and go. That's why now I don't give a fuck about money. I want love. I don't want money. I want love, right? Yeah, we got to have money to live, but my life is not revolved around money. I don't give a fuck about that shit because I want to be loved. Because I was left in a house where there was no love. They didn't check the backpack. They didn't make sure that you was okay. They was too busy out because that's what they was taught. So see, I had to learn that. Like, damn, y'all, that's a hard pill to swallow when your own parents was taught that type of, like, that's what they knew. That's what they had to do. Now you look at them, they're broken down. Their health is bad. They don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Don't got a retirement. Don't got anything. And like I was telling y'all, I watched my father, him and his dad, they built that business, and I watched for 6 months how it got dismantled by greedy family members. Everything that they had worked for literally just got snatched away. And I was 16 years old. I moved out of the house. I moved out at 16. While I was moving out, all this stuff was happening. Whole business just got, I mean, y'all, was sad. My dad's health went down, and it's like his health has been bad ever since. And it's so wild. Like, you just never know, man, like, who's working against you. And like, he'll tell the story. He's like, man, I did everything to try to help my family, and it didn't work. He worked himself literally to almost death. Yeah. To the point where he had to go and he had to have steel rods put in his back of his neck to the bottom because something went wrong, the vertebrae or something. I think the back of his neck broke or some shit. I don't know, but he was at work and he ended up, yeah, having to have surgery. And yeah, he was very, very sick. And my dad always taught me hard work. He said, don't nothing come for free. And he's right. Everything's got a price. And that's what people don't understand. And he paid the price with his health over here, always people pleasing, always doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? But there was a little touch of darkness that come with that as well. Oh yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a little touch of darkness behind that way of living as well. And see what I say, everybody got that karmic debt to clean up. And that's what some people like. We got some people that ain't seen the inside of a courtroom or jail that's about to, because they always had mom and daddy to write a check and get them out of things, or they had resources to make sure that they never got in trouble. These are the same people, y'all, that's running around in these karmic communities, very, very concerned and don't know what to do with themselves. Okay. They're literally freaking the fuck out. And they're like, oh gosh, what are we going to, because they can't pick up the phone now. They can't do this. They can't do that. Where are we at? Um, Now it's like, hold on, what just happened here? Yeah, it ain't no more resources now. Y'all done because now these organizations and the cults and things like this, they're all being broken up. You got people running different directions. They trying to get the fuck out of Dodge, and now all of a sudden somebody done shut down where you can't get out of Dodge now. Okay, I need y'all to pay attention to what's going on. You got some people trying to not take accountability for their actions, and they trying to get on down the road and get on to the other country, and now all of a sudden you can't get there. Y'all remember whenever I said, oh, Spirit said, hold up, get your ass back here. Y'all, I read something the other day, and I was like, oh, ain't no getting the fuck out of Dodge. I don't know where you think you're going. You know what? There are certain things right now that's been divinely orchestrated, and you know what's spiritual people. We ain't in that battle. And you're watching people that signed up for a contract. Okay, the way you'll know what I'm putting down. If you know, you know. There's certain people that signed contracts and wanted to be a part of this group, and they wanted to choose this side instead of this side, but we stayed out of it, right? The spiritual community, we stayed, we're just watching. So our energy's not in that. And we know it's a spiritual warfare, and there are certain people that got chosen to do certain things, and it's that dismantling the systems, and it's like, well, here's the spiritual warfare that we was talking about, because it's all manifested on the physical now. Because see, us, when divine timing comes in and spirit walks through like that and uses certain people to make sure things get uncovered. Collective, how many of us do they not like because we're truth speakers? Oh, okay. It is what it is. Sometimes you don't like the message or who it's coming from, but sometimes you need to listen to it, right? And there's a lot of people who chose this side that's mad because this side over here already had a bunch of truth, but they wanted to try to keep it hidden. Okay. So then what we do? Oh, we try to take them out. We try to set them up. It only makes sense. So they try to do this person like this, and now all of a sudden this person is over here saying, well, I got this truth, and I got this truth for y'all, and I got this truth for y'all, and I got this truth for y'all, and everybody's just sitting there and they're like, what just happened here? The new world. And now you're finding out how deep the rabbit hole goes and how many people is connected to this and this. What did I say about that chain link fence? Now the chain link fence is falling down and everybody's like trying to get up, and no, you're still linked to this shit. So what you gonna do now? And now all of a sudden you can't run. Karma's a bitch. Okay, and some of our names is written on that, right? Because what I say about certain placements in your birth chart, collective, sometimes you don't realize that you show up in people's life to either be their karma or to help them get the fuck away from receiving karma, right? And helping them evolve and get out of situations. So we show up when we're guided to. And that's why I said everybody has their own assignment. We can't judge anybody for what path they walked, because they had to walk that path for a reason. It's like, okay, I had to walk this path, I had to learn this lesson, now I got to elevate. So now here I am 20 something years ago, and I'm the teacher of this shit because I got all this experience in A, B, C, or D. And I'm like, oh man, like I didn't even realize. Whew. So once you start have you ever told a part of your story that you ain't never told, and then all of a sudden you feel something lifted up off of you? That's a great thing. That's you releasing that energy, right? Mm-hmm. And then yeah, sometimes collective, if you felt like sometimes you're the dismantler, you come in and dismantle shit and you watch all this fucking chaos go on and you're like, damn, I didn't mean to cause all of that. But you were supposed to. You were supposed to. And I mean, it is what it is. Why do you think certain people don't want you coming to their events? And exactly, because you are a walking tower, you are a walking karma, and when you walk in a room, that energy switches, and you start ripping masks off, and motherfuckers ready to fight each other, and all types of shit, right? Then it's like, oh shit, what just happened here? Okay, y'all, shout out to my to the Hermetic Empress. Y'all go over there and subscribe to her. She's a reader as well. Y'all, she can teach y'all some things about the darkness, okay? Because she's worked in the dark. So, you know, she's here because she knows a little thing about some things. And that's why, you know, I was telling her, can't nobody judge our path, okay? We are who we are. And see, y'all, okay, and I'm glad we got some people here because I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm saying and she can back up what I'm saying. You have a difference from being a dark high priestess, a practitioner, a psychic medium, and a tarot card reader. Hoodoo, voodoo, a root worker. Every one of these people have different assignments. Okay? You cannot put all of us in the same category because each one of us have different jobs. Each one of us do different things. Each one of us have different skill sets. Right? Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. That's what people need to understand. So, and then y'all got to be saying, this is what we always say, you got to be careful going to practitioners and going to people because, okay, going to a practitioner, you got to give something to get something. And they tell y'all this, and folks don't want to listen, right? They tell y'all this. Then all of a sudden shit start getting fucked up, and then you want to be mad at the practitioner. Listen, they just doing a job. That's what they was called to do, right? People just don't get it though. You can't put us in a box altogether because all of us have our own boxes, okay? And what's understood don't have to be explained. That's why, like, listen, if you're evolved, we know not to attack each other. Wait, I'm not gonna go over and attack a practitioner or a root worker or a whatever. Why am I gonna go over and minding her or his business when I need to be minding my own damn business? Right? Because if anything, I'm going to go over there to the practitioner. I'm going to say, hey, this was what was going on. And guess what? Where she worked in the darkness, she's going to be able to tell me where it come from and how they did it and how they, what herb they used and what animal they used. Okay. So why would I go over and attack somebody that can teach me about how this stuff is done? Because at some point, y'all, somebody had to do this type of work in order to have the experience. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I need their knowledge. That's like one of my girls, look, she's a hoodoo root worker. You know what I'm saying? She gives me knowledge. I love watching different things because I need to know. Because if something's going on over here, I need to be able to call the root worker over here. I need to be able to call the practitioner over here and say, hey, can you release? I don't know what's going on. I need to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? That's like I'm the psychic medium. So somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, I got this presence in my house and I need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all need each other, okay? Because at the end of the day, we all have different line of work that we do, okay? And this is the thing, we all done this in a past life. Yeah, it's like we all done this in a past life. So it's like But what did I say about some of us being raised in the darkness? Okay, listen now. That shit, I was raised around a pimp and a drug dealer. Okay, you talk about darkness. Shit, listen now. The streets, like, it's like, there's, hey, it's a whole different life, right? But that don't mean that I'm going to sit and judge. How am I going to sit and judge somebody for them being raised in another kind of dark of the hood? Like, okay. Because, see, you got the what was I talking about the other night? The damn it was about corruption, but it was like shit, I can't think about it. I lost it. It's coming back down. Organized crime. See, you got like the low grimy, crimes, but then you got organized crime where people sit at big tables with big money and big bank accounts. So then it's like, you know what I'm saying? What kind of corruption has really been going on here? It don't matter what kind of darkness you come from. Just because the money's there don't mean there ain't no darkness there. A lot of times there's more darkness there. And then if you come from this low vibrational side from like mom's family and then dad's family's over here sitting at the corrupt table, okay, and child, how do you even find your way out of that? If you found your way out of that, like, bless you, okay? Because it's like there's different levels, different devils who sit at different tables. So it's like, how do we convict this one but say this one's okay? And that's what people do. And it's like, you can't do that. Like, we all are who we are, and we got to open up and we got to understand our assignment and who we are. And it's really, really important for us to do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's like, going and judging somebody else's what they practice. You know what I'm saying? That's their business. I ain't going to get in their business. Like, she, listen up, I'm minding my own. Because we have everybody from different walks of life that eventually show up in spirituality somehow, some way. And I've noticed that. Hell, they'd be going to a Pentecostal church, they'd be Christian, they Methodist, the Church of Christ, the Baptist, Muslim, I don't know. They all show up eventually in spirituality. And it's like, why was your heart led here? You know what I'm saying? Why was you led to spirituality? You got to start digging deep. You know what I'm saying? What is it that you experienced in this here, right? That didn't sit right with your spirit? What is it that, that made you scratch your head and say, hold on. That ain't sitting right with me. Collector, that's whenever things start getting a little wild, because you be like, hold on. Let me sit back and observe this shit, because this don't feel right. See what I'm saying? Like, there's something here that's telling us, okay, wait a minute. Or maybe you was raised Catholic and you're just like, can somebody explain to me what the fuck just happened? Like, huh? Right? You said at times you started doubting yourself. Yeah. Y'all see what I'm saying? It's just, everybody comes from a different walk of life. So I want to sit and understand where you come from. I want to understand how it made you feel. So we can get to the root of that and we can dig it up and we can plant a new seed. Okay? Because a lot of times we don't realize we was in our shadow side because that shit that we was taught. That's a belief system that was put in us, and it's like, okay, hold on. Yeah. I didn't even know, VG, that I was dabbling in the darkness. I didn't know. And me neither. Shit, I didn't know some of the karmic ways I had was dark as hell and karmic as hell. And the way I was thinking, the way I was moving, like, I didn't realize it. Shit, I done seen a whole family of people just keep doing it, and nothing ever happened to them. And then all of a sudden, I started understanding, oh, that's because it ain't manifested spiritually yet. Mm-hmm. Then whenever I started really, really tapping in, like I said, whenever they put that, they locked that jail cell, and I sat there and I looked around, and the same people that I was riding with, chilling with, everybody was cool. We was nowhere to be found. Whole life, listen to the thunder. Mm-hmm. Didn't have no clue how my life was going to transpire and take place at that moment. But guess what? I'm grateful for that moment because it showed me who I am and who I don't want to be. And it's all good. Like, but collective, you got to show yourself grace. Don't let these people walk around, take your past and smear it in your face. Listen, at least I can admit my shit. Can you take accountability for your shit? Because I know I had to. It is what it is. And I'm moving on. And now, guess what? I know them parts of me, the band-aids done been ripped off. Because guess what? That's one thing VG don't do. I put Neosporin on it and I ain't putting a fucking band-aid on it. I'm gonna put the Neosporin on it so that shit can heal. I'm not going back to a situation where I got sick or where I was hurt or where I was beaten or where I was strung out on drugs or where I needed a drink to deal with people, places, and things. I'm not going back there. Sorry. I'm not sitting at that table. Mm-hmm. That's right. Exactly. And the thing about it is, Empress, you got to pay attention. They planted certain seeds in you because they wanted you to be that. Remember, I told you that. They wanted to plant those seeds. And it's like, nah, hold the fuck on. Listen, get the garden tool. Come on. Get the garden tool. We got to dig the dirt up. Come on, dig deep, dig. Get them roots up out of there, okay? And throw them roots in the trash and let me plant new seeds. And that's what we're doing. And of course it looks different to other people because they wanted us to take that path. Because somehow us taking that path benefited them. Remember? And it's like, okay. That part. Yeah. Fuck it. Listen. I remember, look, a couple years ago I had went around some people and this person was like, yeah, they just think that they're better than us and they don't do what we do anymore. And I turned around and I just looked and I was like, in reality, I'm not better than y'all. I'm just not making them dumbass decisions that you keep making and going through the same dumbass cycles. I said, that's why you're sitting in the position you're sitting because you want to keep making the same dumbass decisions. I said, it's called insanity. That's called insanity. If you want to keep making the same dumbass decisions, that's on you. I'm not fixing to get involved with that because, listen, child, I don't have to learn my lessons. How many of us been having our ass kicked for so long, keep on doing the same shit? Listen, nope, I'm not doing that with them. Nope, not doing it. And I'm gonna tell y'all something too. When you get to that level, it's kind of dangerous because that's where you get real irritated and you will cuss somebody clean the fuck out. You will cuss they fucking ass out because at some point you're like, you know what? At this point, I don't even. Who ties your shoe for you today? Because how do you keep getting yourself in these types of situations and not realizing that you tried this 5 years ago and it didn't work? And this could be somebody attacking you. You're like, you keep doing the same dumb shit and it's not working for you. You just keep on, you gonna keep going and filing reports. You're gonna keep doing this. You're gonna keep going over there. That practitioner is gonna know that person's not doing nothing to you. So you're gonna keep going over there. That practitioner eventually is going to petition for your ass to get karma. Do you not know that they have that type of authority? But no, they don't understand it. Cause see, you gotta consult your spirit team before you do anything. So you're sitting here and you're like, okay, this person, what is wrong? Your spirit team is like, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of them, because you already done tried to tell them that they can't do A, B, C, or D, but they want to keep coming back and doing it. Y'all remember how I said that there's people going to these practitioners and they're sitting here and they're protecting you. And they're like, this person just don't get it. I cannot do this. They haven't done anything to you because you are a liar. Like, but people don't understand that. Once again, there's a difference. That's like going to a reader. If a reader tells you some shit, okay, and it's resonating with you, pay attention. If they're telling you about these events happening, pay attention. Because it's past, present, or future anyways with the energy. Okay? Pay attention. So if you need to get a little deeper and you need to know about if that reader tells you somebody went to a practitioner on you, go to a practitioner and talk to one and say, listen, I had a reader tell me this, this, and this. What does this mean? Go down the rabbit hole, get the information, right? Before you start freaking out and doing this and doing that. Figure out what it is so you can cut the cord, do your protection, so you could take the proper action. Is that making sense, y'all? I hope today in class everybody's listening to what I'm saying, because that's really, really important. You know, if your readers told you somebody's went to a practitioner and they done something, go find you a practitioner and ask them what that means. Because that reader's just getting that message that they went to A, B, C, or D, or they went to a root worker, or they done this. You need to go to somebody who's experienced, who does that type of work, and they're going to be able to tell you exactly what they're doing. Right? It's like, but people don't know there's levels to this stuff. And yeah, that's really important though. That's why I'd be like, shit, I can't tell you. Hold on, let me send you to somebody that can tell you, because VG don't know. Hey, y'all, listen. The other night I had such an enlightened conversation with Empress. I was like, wow, like she was teaching me things that, I mean, I pick up on the energy, but I don't know in depth, right? That's her job. See? So when you got two teachers that come together, I'm enlightening her on this and she's enlightening me on this. So you see how we help build each other and then we help heal each other at the same time, because it's like, well, shit, that's deep, right? So that's what people don't understand, man. Like, we had to walk a path of life to be able to have that knowledge and where it put us. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. Because I have been picking up on some practitioners, like they've had some karmics come to them and ask them to do work, and y'all are refusing them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're like, y'all are refusing them. And it's like, that's what you got to do, though. That's just like being a reader. Like with me being a reader and a psychic medium, my spirit lets me know as soon as they send the message who to read for. Well, let me give me the whole damn lot. I mean, listen, I got a whole vision about what the fuck is going on. I'm like, whew, that was heavy. Okay. And I get a yes or a no. Like, we know what we're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. It is. And I could just imagine, because that's how it gets. And I feel like at some point that's why we be thrown off timelines and people be all angry and mad. But I'm not. I'm like, okay, spirit, listen. Have you ever prayed and you're like, okay, spirit, I need for you to just remove people, places, and things from my life and blah, 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 blah. And you wrote it down and you burnt it. Then all of a sudden, your best friend's gone. You lost your man. You found out betrayals with your family. And you're sitting here and you're like, what just happened? Ain't that what you asked for? You just asked God to reveal this to you. And all of a sudden now all these people are being snatched away and you're sitting here and you're saying, what? Because you were sitting at the wrong table the whole time. And you're like, oh man. And it's that shocking moment. And it's like year 9, like I said, coming like a wrecking ball collective, and like, man, folks are sitting here. It's like this storm still hasn't come. It's like they're waiting for this storm to hit you, but they don't even see that the flood done hit they back of their property. I mean, I can't make it up. It's like y'all see, y'all was told so many different things over here, and so many different things are happening here, right? Because they want to keep pushing that narrative of that book. Pay attention. And there could be several books that they're pushing the narrative with, and it's all flipped upside down, and it's not going in that direction. And now they're sitting here saying, oh God, and people around the world are noticing this. I was talking about this the other day. Where's Texas at out there? Didn't they say that the world will never be flooded again? What happens in North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, Texas, California, Florida? What happened? Water. You can't keep pushing the narrative, because God always gonna show up and show something out, okay? And these God and goddesses and the beloved ancestors is they got the boots on the ground, and they doing whatever the fuck they want to do. I don't know shit. Listen now, you better stay strapped up, prayed up, keep your shit together, mind your business, and stay keep your hands and feet in the ride. Remember what I always say? I don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm keep no, I ain't getting involved in that. Then y'all go meddling, and y'all go digging stuff up, and then y'all meddle in people's business and talking about this stuff ain't real. Then all of a sudden shit starts happening. If y'all did y'all notice when they started digging up certain things, certain shifts started happening? Oh, okay. Well, we ain't gonna talk about that though, cause y'all don't want to talk about that. And it's like, yeah, certain shifts started happening when y'all started digging certain stuff up and doing things. Okay, it's confirmation. I can make it up. You be like, mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't see. It's they ain't ready for them truths. Texas flood disaster. That was one of my confirmations here. One of the things that popped up. Flash flood warning. Rain starting in 42 minutes. Can somebody come explain all this water to me? Yeah. Can somebody come explain all this water to me that's happening? All this rain and flash floods and flood disasters and stuff like this. That's just happening year what? South Carolina, North Carolina, they got flooded right around election time, wasn't it? Whenever, yeah. Y'all remember? Mm. And it's just continued. The weather's speaking volumes right now. And I feel like the weather's kind of calling people, pulling people's whole card, okay? Calling bullshit on some shit. And it's like, folks are sitting here saying, oh, no, no, that's not true. No, no. And now it's like, what are you saying? People being swept away. Noah didn't look so crazy on the ark, did he? Oh, okay. Because if y'all remember in the little Bible, that's the story. He was going around. And he said, "God gonna create a storm. Y'all need to get prepared." And he was over there and he was building the ark and building it and building it. Nobody listened. Why do I feel like the spiritual community right now is kind of like Noah? You're prepared for the spiritual warfare that these people do not even see coming. Okay, we seen this coming. We said when this shit gets dismantled, it was like they was laughing at Noah. Pay attention. Everybody ain't laughing now. Everybody getting in survival mode. Collective, how many of us have been in survival mode our whole life? And we're like, shit, we stay ready, so we don't have to get ready. Yeah. They thought we was crazy than a motherfucker. But the whole time. Here it is. And see, like all them slick ass mouth people be coming to my chat. Where are you at? Can y'all explain? I'm waiting. Listen, I got time today. The storm ain't even look. The storm's just chilling. I got time today because I want somebody to come explain this to me because how y'all thought y'all was gonna predict something and the weather saying something totally different right now around the fucking world. And how can y'all explain to these people how and they've been living by this? Mm-hmm. Yes. Y'all been living by this whole theme of, oh no, the world's not going to be destroyed by water, and it's that there's no way this is going to happen and that's going to happen, and you're watching it happen. How are y'all going to explain to all these people that folks been pushing a narrative that ain't true? You can't control nature. I'm gonna go smoke on that. I'm gonna take y'all with me. I'm just saying you can't control nature though. Nature is busy. The gods and goddesses are busy. So I don't know who thought they was pushing a button and controlling things, but y'all listen now. Y'all need to be going over there helping them people and getting them out of there. That's what you need to be doing instead of lying to them. Stop lying to these people. Cause that's what the fuck is going on here. Mother Nature gonna do what the fuck she wants to do. She don't need your fucking authority. Y'all can try to do all this other shit trying to control. This right here, y'all, is a confirmation, literally, of the controlling mechanisms, the backfires. Yes, that's exactly right. Hell yeah. What I don't know if you was in here, Empress, whenever I was talking about this the other day. That's like them cutting down all the trees to build all these subdivisions for greed, for money. You cut down nature for greed and money. That's right. And they don't get the Mother Nature runs this shit. Mother Gaia, she is on top of this. And it's like, y'all ain't paying attention to nature. I'm paying attention to every sign that I get every single day. Like before I come on this camera, I go outside, drink my coffee, smoke my Newport, okay, and I listen to nature. She always got a message, multiple messages. Like yesterday, my owl kept coming. And I'm like, okay, y'all, my owl keeps coming. That owl came, y'all, 14 days straight. That's a five. There is a major change. Yeah. Yep. Exactly right. All right. Oh, you back here sleeping, babies? Mm-hmm. You go out on the back porch. Oh yeah, I mean Nashville is covered with them. Like Nashville is so covered with these condos. You can't even move around. There's so many people. Like y'all, the parking, like the restaurant, it's so crazy. It really is. Y'all, we're gonna go sit outside for a minute. Come on, you wanna come out here? I want y'all to hear this weather right now. It's like the calm before the storm, baby. Look, I'm gonna just set y'all right there, okay? And look at the sky. This shit's wild. Yeah. Uh huh. You wanna go back inside? No, you gonna stay out here with mama? Okay. Just like you know how many messages you get just sitting out here. I got cold chills when I walked out here. Mother Nature is like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Yeah, it's definitely coming. You want to go down? Okay. Go in the bathroom. Come right back, okay? Excuse me. Uh, Ooh, child. Ooh, baby, somebody, hey, honey, somebody's stomach is, rolling. Yeah, hey, let me tell you something, y'all. That's a good spiritual bath. No, it's okay, darling. That's a good spiritual bath. My husband, he took one. The last time we was on live, it was pouring down rain, and him and Hercules went out there, and baby, he got drenched in that damn rainwater. That's a nice spiritual cleansing. Yeah. Whew, that gave me cold chills. Thank you. Oh, yeah. It's cleansing. It's really, really good for you. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you something because your husband's having a spiritual awakening. Divine Masculine is having a spiritual awakening right now about a lot of things. And I feel like on July 4th, there was a collective of masculines that woke up. Come here, Hercules. That's confirmation with him. And there was something that caught his eye, and he's like, oh, no, Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, because year 9, I was telling you it's about men, fathers, exposure, awakening, um, expansion, moving, different things like that. Come here, Hercules. Come here, boy. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go get him. Come on, baby. Come on. So that's a lot of what people are experiencing as well. So like if you see a masculine in your life that is starting to do things different, starting to look at things different, talk different, pay attention because there's something that they seen and it's like, oh, hold on, what was that? Wait a minute, what just happened? Right? It's real. Observe things. You might even see them change their routine. Somebody don't want me talking about this, and it's like, hold on, because the veil's lifted now. You can't deny what you're seeing. That's why I said this Mercury retrograde ain't no confusion no more, right? It's like, hold on, what is going on here? there's a tower. What's going on? Y'all, I'm about to go inside. Because it's about to pitch a bitch out here. Yeah. Auntie Kim, you seeing it too. You like, hey, why all of a sudden did you change up? What happened? Yeah. And it's summertime too. Yeah. That would make a lot of sense. Oh, honey. I've been here 3 hours, y'all. Look, I ain't even realized I done been out here 3 hours. Look how time just passes by. Yeah, we're going to shut all the doors and lock them up, okay? I got to make sure the screen doors shut down. So, we got everything locked in, but okay. Yeah, uh-huh. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all, hold on 1 second. Let me give me a pack of crackers. I gotta get some food. Oh, here's your other two. There. All right, y'all. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's wild how that's what I always ask. I'm like, how'd you end up here? They're like, oh, you have tarot cards, and I'm like, how did you end up here? Like, what's going on? Like, if listen, we come up on your timeline, there's a reason, and that's what people don't understand. I've had some people come in here, and like, literally now they're subscribed and they booked a reading because they're like, hey, listen, you keep coming up on my timeline, and I don't even know nothing about this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, well, spirit brought you here for a reason. That's why. Mm-hmm. Didn't even know. Remember when I said the veil was lifted on the 4th? My nose is itching. Wow. People finding out some heavy truths. Whole time, didn't even know. Something about that too. There's gonna be, he gonna find out some more truth. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like the girl that got put in the mental ward wasn't the problem. I feel like it was the husband and the woman he was dealing with. My nose itching. I feel like your husband needs to have a conversation with that cousin that got put in the mental ward. Because I'm getting that that's going to give y'all some puzzle pieces as to what has actually been going on. Confirmation. Because, baby, this tower been cooking. Yeah. Targeting certain ones. That's exactly right. You remember how I said there was innocent bystanders sitting at tables and didn't know what was going on? I kind of feel like that's the cousin in the mental ward now. She had no clue of what her husband was doing, and now she's in the mental ward. He done moved this woman in that y'all been having problems with all these times, and that's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gave you a treat. It's in there. Yeah. And there's the thunder. Y'all gonna find out she wasn't the problem. It was him and that other girl, because they was doing something to her. Yeah. Child. And them lies being spewed. I'm like, have you ever come across some love readings and you're like, because you know it's three different, like you got the first, the second, and the third deacon in a sign, right? You'd be like, what's, okay, that's a love reading. Okay, I'll say Leo, right? I'll be coming across a Leo love reading, and I'm like, what fucking Leo is this? But I gotta remember, these people's reading for a lot of people, so I'm like, that ain't going on in my life. Look, my nose is itching. I'm like, that ain't going on in my life. Who the fuck story is this? I come across one the other day, but you got to remember, somebody could have that Leo placement, and that's their reading. That's how I really started learning like astrology and placements and your chart and stuff, because it's like, that's like you coming across a tourist reading. You're like, bitch, that ain't my life. You be like, what? Because it's certain placements that don't even apply to you, and it could be your sun sign. You're like, Okay, but then you go over here and you listen to the air sign reading, and that's your life, and you're like, okay, what just happened here? Astrology is what happened. So now, whenever you watch tarot, you learn how to watch it correctly because y'all see how they'll take off in our comment section and they'll be so angry. And they're like, no, VG, that's not right. No, it's this. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I need for you to breathe, okay? Because you cussing me all in all caps ain't going to change the energy. Change if this ain't you, this could be the cross watcher, okay? Um, or maybe this ain't your reading. Maybe this is for somebody who is a Leo rising or a Leo Venus, like things like this. Man, I tell everybody, go get a birth chart reading. Anybody that comes to me, they're like, okay, can you break this down for me? I'm like, go get a birth chart reading because your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus is very significant. And then with all these different transits that we got going on, like Jupiter is in Cancer. So do you have Jupiter in Cancer? That means that's activated for you. Do you have Gemini in Uranus? That's an active planet. Like, do you have Neptune and Aries? Like, it's a lot of big things that are happening. So it's like now astrology is starting to be very, very important with the story. I always say, don't pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the story, right? And it'll help you understand more. Then you'll get your messages out, and you're like, oh shit, that did happen. But that was over in the air sign reading, or that was the earth sign reading, and you're like, oh, that's that placement. Okay, that's what I need to start watching, right? Then you get a better understanding. Then you can sit back and you can watch tarot without anxiety because now you know what you're watching. And y'all, this is what's so crazy, right? Somebody will go look up and be like, oh, this is their birthday, this is their sun sign. So the whole time they're watching your sun sign, but you're in your rising, or you got Venus active. So what's going on in your Venus sign is what's happening, right? But the whole time they're thinking that this is what's happening because they're watching the wrong sign. And the whole time that was divinely orchestrated like that because they wanted to go meddle in your business and see what's going on, right? And then they're like, well, that hadn't happened to them because it wasn't going to happen to you. Yeah. And there you go. You see how it works out. Your mom's energy was coming out, just FYI, really strong in my fire sign reading yesterday, and your energy was coming out in my earth sign reading. Yeah, I seen your comment where you said this felt like almost an extended reading for your personal. I do too. I feel like your mom is about to find out some shit. That's exactly right, Miss Jones. That's what they get for being meddling and nosy. They have no clue. Because, see, also, too, whenever you start understanding energy, sometimes you can be in that Queen of Wands, taking off magnetic, being confident energy, and you'll come out, your message will come out in that fire sign reading, right? You could be in that Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles energy, or that Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords energy where you're standing your truth, right? So it's like you could be back and forth with being in those types of energies. And it's like once you learn this, then it makes things a lot easier for you, you know? Yeah, right. Exactly. So that's another thing, like I was saying, pay attention to y'all's moon signs because that's your mama's trauma. So, like, and y'all, it's so well because whenever, and I have a astrologer I watch, and y'all, he's so on point. Like, he'll break this shit down to like, you know, your mom might be going through surgery, sickness with this certain planet. This is going on, that's going on. You know, there might be funerals for mother figures because that's what he was talking about with the Scorpio moon over the weekend. You might be traveling to go to funerals for mothers. Y'all, I love how he breaks it down because these certain placements is how he's breaking this down and the events that are happening, right? And it makes it easier. So it's like then you understand the energy. That's why I said find you an astrologer. Like you said, find you a practitioner that you can, um, trust, and your intuition is guiding to them. That's really, really important. You want to find you a astrologer like that. Because I like for somebody to listen, because it does get difficult when you talk about planets and houses and signs, and we're at 50 degrees here and 20 degrees here. I need somebody to break this down for me. What the fuck does that mean, right? Because I'm still learning about astrology, right? So it's like, all right, so y'all got this piece of information. So this matches the energy of today and what's going on, right? It's really important. Yeah, you want to go watch that. That's real. Like, I mean, that inheritance reading, it was so crazy. I was like, man, someone's about to fucking come out. And somebody here, they about to really, really be upset. Cause see, I kept, you know what? I said something about somebody kept trying to keep somebody from passing over until they could make a move some assets around or something. There was something significant about that, and I'm like, that's weird because I remember that's what happened in the past with my grandmother. Like they kept trying to hold her here until they got something done on the back end. And after they got that, after they figured out what they was gonna do with that house, that's exactly what happened. And Hercules is back here chasing his tail. And now these motherfuckers chasing their tail. Y'all listen, the same family member that done that with my grandmother's stuff, guess what? She got something going on with her brain. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's like, let's delay the person from crossing over because we got to get this, and this in writing before we can do this. But you know that's illegal. If somebody's in hospice and they're not in their right mind, or like they like a family member has to take them home to take care of them, you know that's illegal. They cannot change no paperwork. See? Confirmation. I can't make it up. Because that's illegal, because they're not consciously able to make that decision to sign that paperwork to change anything. And that's where these people are finding out. Like, it just depends on like what kind of certain, like if somebody's a dementia patient, right? They already put all their affairs in order before the dementia hit. You can't go and change anything. You can't do it. And that's what they don't understand. Like, you cannot go and have that patient who's already in stage 3 of dementia sign some paperwork. But they don't get this though, right? Because they're not consciously there. Their mind is in and out, right? Y'all, some of these people, they don't have no common sense though. That's why I said sometimes, you take spirituality out of this and you'll be sitting here and you're like, did you not have no common sense when you did that? Don't be trying to blame my spirit. Don't be trying to blame on my spirituality, okay? Listen, because I had certain practices I do. Don't be trying to blame it on me because you didn't have common sense that you knew they couldn't sign that paperwork because they consciously wasn't aware of A, B, C, or D, right? That's why they had went in the past and put everything in place, right? And I've noticed in a lot of states where the will don't have to be registered, that's where they do shit at. Because see, some states the will has to be registered, right? It has a number, right? You can call the state and get the information, pull the will up, okay? But like where I live at, it don't have to it can't be done, right? They don't have to do it like that. So what you have to do, like in Tennessee, and I found this out by digging my own information, you'll have to have the will subpoenaed and have them to present the will in court and stuff, and probate court and all this stuff. So if they're being sneaky and doing stuff and trying to keep you from the court date and blocking you and stuff, that's how they try to keep it out of court, right? Yeah, y'all, but everywhere you live is different laws. So you have to look up and call somebody, right? And talk to somebody. Like, if it's a grandparent or whatever, or a mother or father figure, go to the bank they dealt with, talk to the bank. Because a lot of times the bank will have that information. And sometimes they'll give you keywords. They can't give you all the information, but they'll give you keywords and give you a phone number and say, hey, call these people, because that's who that elder was dealing with. And they were setting things up with them. You see what I'm saying? So, like, my grandmother, she used the same bank for like 30 something years. And I remember us walking in there, and the bank manager looked like he seen a ghost when he seen my mother. And she told him who she was, because the other siblings had said that she was gone. Yeah. And there was a couple key words that man used, and I was like, oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Right. And you know what I would do if I would take your mom down there and see the lawyer and talk to the lawyer, okay? And see if there was actually, because I feel like gaslighting is going on. That's what I feel like. I feel like not a damn thing's changed. I feel like that's just they ass lying. Because, like you said, ain't nobody leaving the house. They're just talking about this. They're blowing smoke up her ass, so she won't take certain action and she needs to. You know what I'm saying? Monitoring spirits as a fly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's just so crazy because it's like they'll sit there and gaslight you and gaslight you. Shit, my cousin called me and was like, Granny left us something. I was like, did she? She was like, yeah. She said, Mama stole it. I was like, what? Now you gotta think, this is before I got into tarot, right? Before I started having my awakening. I'm sitting here, this is 2017 going into 18 when my grandmother passed away. She's like, yeah, Granny left all of us a little bit of money. She said, well, my mama stole it. I was like, well, okay, she can have it. And then I start having my awakening. Then I go to jail, and I get out of jail, and my mom calls me, tells me my grandmother passed away. And she was like, but you don't need to come to the funeral. They're going to call the cops on you. I'm like, why are they calling the cops on me for? Because this bitch done stole the inheritance. That's why. Whole time I'm not putting none of these puzzle pieces together, because guess what? I'm fresh out of jail. I'm going to my grandmama's funeral. I don't give a fuck. Like, listen now. I get dressed and I hit the road and I go show my respects, and I send my grandmama off. Like, I don't give a fuck about all y'all and y'all calling the police. Y'all, at least, and I guess they just gonna be taking me out the funeral home right at this point, because I didn't care. Because I didn't care. Like, my grandmother lives in a historical neighborhood down here in Nashville, in her house. So they was all fighting about this. Okay, well, I'm fresh out of jail, and me and my grandmother was very close, and I was upset about the situation. And I'm like, here, take the cracker and go on, take the cracker. So I'm like, I'm going. So I pull up. Y'all ready for this? My oldest son, his family is sitting in the funeral home because they knew my grandmother. My magical glasses got put on. I'm like, what are y'all doing here? So then I started going down the rabbit hole even more. And then I talked to Cuz, and she's telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, so how much money did she steal? Because, like, what's going on here? This is crazy. Like, who does this? And I remember walking in there, and honey, listen, if looks could kill, my ass would have dropped dead right there in the damn funeral home. I'd have been gone out with my damn grandmama at that moment. And after that, I had moved, and my mom kept telling me that my aunt that conducted the funeral and stuff and done all this stuff. She kept asking where I was. Where's she at? Where's she at? What is she doing? What's she doing? This is the same person that's got a problem with her brain now. I'm like, why are you always meddling in my business? Like, what's going on? But I'm going back to what my cousin said. My cousin said when you find out what all the stuff she did and the money she stole, she's like, ain't none of y'all gonna want to have shit to do with her. And I'm like, at that time, I wasn't thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, apparently she needed the money more than we did because I ain't tripping about no damn inheritance, right? But now it all starts to make sense. Then I get to the spiritual community. I'm like, y'all, I'm like, the stolen inheritance. Well, hell, I was told about that in 2017, 18. They threatened to put me in jail and all kind of shit. Like, now I'm understanding how deep it goes. What else did y'all steal and what else did grandmama leave behind? Like, what's going on here? Y'all done took this shit way too far. Honey, there's like 3 deeds on the house. They have been there's the spelling in one of them is wrong. They spelled the name wrong. They wrote over the notary sign. Okay, it was notarized in a different county than from where the house was at. Honey, I found all kinds of discrepancies, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, how many people y'all got involved in this that is about to get fucked up with y'all? Like, what is going on here? Yeah, I'm over here and I'm like, because, and the lady at the light company actually helped me. Y'all, the electric and the water was still on in my grandparents' name. My granddaddy done been dead like 10 years. My grandmama done been dead like maybe like 1 or 2, right at 3 years. The lights and water was still in their fucking name. So that means that you had to call down there and you had to act like somebody else, impersonation, criminal impersonation, to pay the light bill and the water bill. They did not, whenever an elder passes away in their house, you have 3 months to get everything transferred out of their name when it comes to utilities. I didn't know this, y'all. You need to check your state. But it down here, that's what I'm telling you. Y'all, when I went down the rabbit hole, I said, hold on, wait, what? She said, yeah, the lights and water are still in your grandparents' name. I was like, well, if the house went to her, then why ain't the lights and water in her name? What is going on here? You can search for a deed online to a house. Y'all, I'm dropping gems today. Pay attention. I found 3 different ones. All 3 of them been signed. Why would you go get a deed notarized in a different county from where the house is at? I'll wait. Isn't that illegal? Don't you have to get the deed notarized in the same county? I ain't no realtor. Listen, this channel's for entertainment purposes only, but I ain't no dumbass either. Okay, I'm just saying that don't the common sense. See, 2 and 2 is the math ain't mathing. You know what I'm saying? What's happening here? And see, that's the thing is like they think the collective is idiots. Like we don't know where you can search. Y'all, some of this shit's public record. Do y'all know that? Some of these things that has been going on, you can go search certain places, certain websites, get these documents and put them in your PDA. PDF, I'm sorry, the PDA. Yeah. And it's right there in black and white. But see, they didn't think that you didn't have enough common sense to go searching, so they thought that they could just cover this up and do this. Y'all see what I'm saying? And it's like, so now my cousin, she had my wheels spinning. I said, what else did this bitch steal? Damn. Granny, what would you have? Because y'all, my granny, she's a Capricorn, okay? She had her money together. She was very, very business oriented. She had shit together, baby, okay? So I'm like, well, Granny, what kind of honeypot did you have for her to be over here fighting for her life like this? Because, jail, listen, she's over here and she's working with these people and she's threatening jail to this one. I remember her hitting my mom up. She's like, well, I'm going to call the authorities if you don't sign this paper. And I was like, well, bitch, call the popo. Call them. Call them. Okay? Because when you call the popo, you going to jail. Real shit. You said, what about life insurance policies with 2 deaths in a family in less than 9 months, both overdoses? Oh, Emily, I will be going and getting um I'll be going and getting some advice about that from a lawyer. Okay, yeah, that's way suspicious. Okay, who they trying to shut up in the family? 2 deaths less than 9 months apart. Your best friend and her mother. Oh, I'm just saying, ain't no coincidence. What they know and who was they gonna tell on? What kind of information was about to come out? I'm telling y'all, it ain't no coincidence. And you know what's so crazy? So funny that you say that. Maybe like I'm gonna say about 2 years after my grandmother passed away, my cousin, my aunt's son, the aunt that's crazy, that's the one with the brain, her son overdosed on drugs after 2 years of recovery. I'm just saying. Cuz was celebrating his sobriety. So now all of a sudden he just go and he moves into his new apartment, buys his new car, just got his new promotion. And all of a sudden she's over here and she's like, "Oh, well, he overdosed, he relapsed. Did he, bitch? Did he really?" Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I knew my cousin. I partied with him. Whenever he got sober, he was so fucking happy. Like, that is not my cousin. There is no fucking way. I know he did not overdose. I know it's a lie. And that's the same end that always asking about me. Where's Sherry at? Where, bitch, don't worry about where I am. You need to be worried about Judgment Day. Okay? That's what you need to be worried about. Because you've been over here covering things up, lying, and stole everybody's inheritance, not just one person. Okay. And now this situation with cuz them popped up and you talking about, oh, he overdosed. No, he didn't, bitch. Stop lying. Don't nobody care about that lie. Go on. Like my husband says, that lie don't care who tells it. And that's what's going on. I'll be like, what? No. Cause see, this is the thing. Is when my cousin supposedly overdosed and passed, he come to me in spirit and told me what was going on. So I'm like, no. And his sister hit me up and was like, "You gonna come out?" I was like, "Nah." She's like, "Yeah, it'd probably be a good idea for you to stay away." So is that one. I'm like, man, what is really going on here? And I want y'all to pay attention too. You know what? So crazy is the cousin that told me that my aunt stole the inheritance. She's a part of the LBGQT, the gay community. So she was already disowned and she was already a black sheep and really hard life. And because of who she is. And her nickname is Skittles. Okay, listen, and she reps it. She don't give a fuck what you gotta say. And she's she has a filter. She don't have no filter like I do. And she's a Leo on top of that. And I remember watching her grow up. She was always like a tomboy anyways, but the family disowned her. You know what I'm saying? And years later, my grandmother, she come around. Yeah. And she finally seen like that my cousin was gonna be happy. She was gonna do what she wanted to do. But that's why, like, when my cousin told me that shit, I knew she was telling the truth because of there was some shit that happened, and that's why she disowned her mama. And then her other daughter ended up disowning her as well because their mama ended up staying with the abuser that abused both of them whenever they was little girls. See, I didn't even know that. And she told me, she said, Yeah, mama's just a piece of shit. She said she's staying with our abuser over there, trying to steal Gurney's house. Now she just stole everybody's inheritance. She was just rattling off at the mouth. Y'all, I had to go back to this conversation. I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened here? All of this stuff that I've been picking up on literally was my cousin and them story as well. And I didn't have no clue about it. Their mother ended up staying with the abuser and they told them what happened. She ended up telling them, no, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? And the whole time I'm picking up on these stories and this and this and this, and I'm like, whoa, this is wild. She confirmed everything. I was like, the family secrets. Then another cousin of mine found out years later that her daddy wasn't her daddy. And that was the sister of the crazy one. Guess what? Now she disowned her. Now these two women are sitting here. Their kids has disowned them and don't even have shit to do with them because of they lied. That one of them stayed with the abusers and the other one didn't even tell them the truth. And you know that one, yeah. Oh, that's me. I'm the only moderator right now, anyways, because my husband he's at work. So yeah. And I don't know where Chosen was at. I guess he might be at work too. And Jane, she ain't around. And yeah, I have like 4 or 5 moderators. I don't know where everybody is. Baby, I'm working this whole shift by myself. Okay, I'm multitasking. But yeah, like there was certain things in my family dynamic. I noticed that a lot of readers had been picking up on this stuff, and I'm like, boy, y'all deep in my energy. Listen, I remember watching one reader. She said, Leo, baby, you need to go find you a new family because this is crazy. Like, who does all of this stuff? Yeah, I'm over here. Yeah, because soon as I see him come in, but yeah, I'm like, this shit's crazy. You know how I told you the other night, whenever I went and I had my homegirl read for me, she said, okay, sis, I can't do this anymore. Like this shit is toxic. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, now y'all see why I stay in hermit mode and I don't talk to nobody and I mind my business because I listen, you want to talk about muddy waters and sewage and getting some kind of stank on you? It's so trifling. Like, yeah. I was watching this TikTok and this woman said, I'm going to say this. If you are out here protecting a pedophile family member, lover, friend, all of this stuff, she was like, you know that you're going down with them. That's my family. That's my baby daddy's family. That's my friends, incest, all kind of shit. I'm over here and I'm like, what the fuck was I born into? What's going on here? Like, this is some weird type shit. Like, what is happening here? So when we talk about these generational curses and being born into certain things, that's why I be like, collective, show yourself some grace because a lot of this shit was shoved up under the rug. Yeah. And we didn't even know. We had no, I didn't know for years, like all of this stuff. Did y'all see that light? My light just went off. Empress, get out of my head because I was just thinking about how my uncle is a pedophile and my aunt. Okay, move, get. My aunt praises him. Okay, she praises him. She's like, oh, he's just the best person. I'm like, bitch, he likes little kids. So what does that make you? I'm just saying, what does that make you? What is wrong with y'all? Something is not wired right up here for you to think that it's okay. Cause I remember, um, my dad, he'd keep a close eye on us kids when we'd go around his uncle. Cause they used to run a little carnival thing. Gone. There ain't nothing else gone. And I'd be like, that way he's like, just don't go over there. You know, there's a lot of places, things like that we wasn't supposed to go around. And now I understand why. Because my uncle was a pedophile. A known pedophile in the community. They used to call him Pee Wee. They be like, don't go down there to the carnival. Stay away from Pee Wee. You know he likes them boys. Now, let me tell you something. If you got that type of reputation in a town and everybody just talks about it like that and it's not, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide everybody. I'm just saying. And my aunt, she'd be like, well, John, he's always this and he's this. He's a great guy. Ma'am, listen, something wrong with you. Because he's well known in a community of people. And they're over here and they're like keeping their kids away from him now. Y'all, this is it's fucked up. Hey, babies. It's a real bad situation. And that's why I be like, and then my other aunt, I'll talk to her and I'll be like, you know, what's going on over there? Da, da, da. And then I'll bring it up and she tries to change the subject. And I'm like, and I told my dad, I said, why is it when I bring up that one subject, she always tries to change it? You want to know why? What I think? I think, I think she knows that something happened to her kids and she let it happen. That's what I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not keeping my mouth shut, but I think it's because she knows that she let something happen to her kids when she moved up there, and some shit went down because there's something about the youngest. Y'all, this and something ain't right. Come on, get away from the plugs. Come on, sir, get away from the plugs. Hercules. Hey, 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 hey. Cause I'm sorry, I'm not taking my kids to no event, no cookout, no nothing. If I know that you got certain tendencies like that, cause I'm gonna flip the table and I'm liable to smack the shit out of you and anybody else that's trying to protect you. So because that's a whole line we not finna cross. So I'm not even gonna put myself in that environment with you whenever I know that you have certain tendencies and something's up with you. Nah, we ain't doing none of that. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, see now they don't even look. I'm on block and they don't invite me to their events, to their birthday parties, their Christmases, their Thanksgiving. I don't give a fuck about their tree. I don't give a fuck about their Thanksgiving turkey. I flip the whole fucking table. Y'all sit around here and y'all act like y'all live in La La Land and you got these fucking whole monsters sitting here. I'm not. No, I'm not doing any of that. I don't care what you have to say. Like this shit needs to be addressed. Why ain't the officials came and rolled up yet and took this motherfucker in? How are you a well-known fucking pedophile? And these people are talking about keep your kids away from the carnival because he's there type shit. Okay. What? Who do you know? And what do you got on them people for them not to even come fucking arrest your ass? Like, what? Can somebody make that make sense for me? Nope, I'm not playing your games. That's an inside. That's too much inside resources, and the fact that this is going on. The only thing they do is put you on the sex offender list. You don't do no jail time. Child, Go lie to somebody else. Go make up some lies to somebody else. What are you doing? Why are you coming in here even putting that down? What's going on? Yeah. That's why I be like, hold on, wait. That's right. I can make my own damn turkey. And see, listen, I might buy some damn turkey sandwiches at this point because I'm not, I'm not shutting up anymore. It's just real strange how people sit around these type of folks. I'll be like, shit, not me. Yeah, and then they wonder why people are the black sheep of the family. That's why I said the other day, go talk to the black sheep of the family. Like my cousin, she revealed everything. I mean, she was just. And at this time, I had just got out of jail. I'm trying to figure. I'm fighting a case. I'm trying to figure out some shit about my own life. I'm like, what the fuck? And like, she's babbling off about all of this stuff, and I'm like, cuz, chill. Like, okay, I don't know what's going on here, but she's like, she's a thief. She did this. She did that. And y'all, I'm sitting over here, and I'm like, oh wow, like, hmm. So now I think back on it that she was over there going through her own spiritual awakening about what happened to her as a little girl, how her mama chose the abuser, and didn't help her and her sister. And now grandmama's done died. She knows about her stealing the inheritance and all of this other stuff and trying to keep the house. And I'm like, so this goes deeper. This is just not with you and your sister. This is with me too. And my siblings and everybody else. And it's like, okay. What just happened here? Y'all do know that this is not YouTube dating, right? I'm just saying. Yeah, that part. Oh man. Yeah. And I mean, like, if you're talking to somebody else, you'll be like, hold on, wait a minute, what's going on? Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of content creators have two phones. I have an iPhone. I have an iPad and a phone. What? Shit. Listen now. I work on both though, but mainly I work on my iPad. Then I have clientele all over the world, so like it's like people need to mind their business. They don't get it. Yeah, it's a lot of people have the same similar stories. Green Queen, it's weird. That's what I was saying. Like, how is it that all of us got a similar story and we all live in different places around the world? Because all this shit is like connected somehow. They all being connected to these different. Because I remember the man that my uncle ran with. He was like paid. He was rich. You know what I'm saying? But he also like little boys. Hmm. I guess I don't need to say too much more. Yeah. Like in an instant, like everything that I had built up, worked for, everything was, yeah, slowly being snatched away. And then my grandmother was dying at the same time. Ain't no coincidences. And my mom, she was sick in the hospital. Yeah, with pneumonia. Sorry. What do you do? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, you could just imagine how many people that's locked up that is probably millionaires and they didn't even know it, that they was left some kind of inheritance or a property, a business owner, and the family done transferred the assets, and now they're still sitting in prison and ain't got nothing. And that's what they try to do, or put you in the mental hospital. That's the two places they want you to go: jail or the mental hospital, because you don't have access to nothing. Yeah. So you're sitting here and you're like, well, that's awful convenient that you had me locked up, or you had me put in a mental institution, and now all this stuff is occurring. What's going on here? Because 9 times out of 10, when that stuff is going on, they already trying to kill that family member off for the inheritance. Pay attention now. It's sinister, and I know it sounds far fetched, but 9 times out of 10 is the truth. And you'd be like, hold up, what just happened here? Did y'all just really just like unplug their oxygen? You really just overdosed them? Yep, because it was a plan. Yep. Mm-hmm. All that sounds so familiar too. That's what's so crazy what you're talking about. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Oh, come on, move out the way, sir. It's in here. You want to go out there on the porch? Come on. Oh, okay. Oh, are you gonna move out of my way, son? I'm just gonna go outside. Oh, damn! I didn't realize y'all. It's already 4:23. My husband's off work. Damn. Oh, yeah, Green Queen. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. You don't smoke Newport, sir. Yeah, you don't smoke, okay? It's not food. Yeah. I already gave you some treats. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, you notice I have to get up and move around too. Oh, okay. Look, y'all see how the weather just passed? It was like you thought that it was about to pitch a bitch out here, and now look, the sun's out. Right, right. Yeah, that them genetics mean something serious. Auntie Kim, nephew's off. Thank you. Uh huh. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's it. He done some really weird things back then. What is it? No, you're not going down there to start no trouble. You've been good all day, and look, I said daddy's off work, and now here you want to go acting up. Uh huh. Don't be looking around like that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and it's like them attachments are stuck to him, like they're on him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird. That's some weird shit. Y'all is so wild because like you hear about this stuff on TV. You don't think, get down, get down, get down, get down. You don't think like people do this in real life, but then when you hear somebody tell the story about like their family, you be like, hold up, what they did? What? Yeah, that parasite shit's real too, man. Folks don't know you be carrying a lot of parasites. Yeah, son, your tail is just turning gray. You like a little old man, yeah. Uh huh. You turning into a little old man. Yeah, just falling apart. That's why we got to keep our health together. Our health is connected to our wealth. Yeah. Ain't that right, Hercules? You turn into an old man real quick. That owl is out front, y'all. No, 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 no. That ain't a treat. We ain't bring no treats outside, okay? No, no. Uh-huh. That's exactly right. Yeah. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit your butt down. Yeah, that's why you got to pour into your own self. Oh, yeah. He's he's coming. You never know when he's sitting in the background. That's the thing. See, y'all see how the weather is just calm, cool, and collected. Let me show y'all. It went from dams and distress stuff to literally just clear skies. Look at that damn fly right there, monitoring spirits. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they keep trying, don't they? Yeah. Uh-huh. Talk to me. What is it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, what you got to tell me? No. No. Okay. Oh, you see Coco out there. That's why you acting like that. Everybody leaving. Look, I turned the camera around on nature and everybody leaving. So, family, I think I'm about to go on and dip. I love y'all. I just want to send everybody some love, light, and healing. Thank y'all for being here with me. I will probably try to come back in a little bit. Okay? Right now I'm fixing to just get some food and just lay back and relax. Okay, and I'll see y'all in a little while. Okay, peace, love, and light, everybody.